Welcome back to the Greatest Cities of Sports, episode 2 of the Bay, year 2026. If you have not watched the first episode, please go back and watch that. I don't want to spoil anything. However, we are coming off of a pretty disappointing season in 2026 or 2025 for all 4 of the teams. Essentially, we ended up falling apart near the end in every season. Some due to our own constraints, some due to just the constraints of the roster, and some due to injuries and other outstanding factors. However, I have a lot of faith that I think that we're going to be much better here in 2026. Whether or not we are going to contend with any of these 4 teams is still going to be up for debate. I would say that the Giants are probably in the best position this season, besides the 49ers, who are a good team, but really disappointed last year. And so first, we're just going to take a look to remind you where we are at and the moves that we made last offseason. When it comes to our pitching rotation, this is the big moves that we made. We have Logan Webb, Zach Gallen, Zach Eflin, and Alcantara, and Braxton Garrett. Braxton Garrett, we got a phenomenal deal for, and locked him up basically for the rest of his career. That's going to be a great deal for us, very cheap. Alcantara, we got in a trade with the Marlins for a couple prospects. And then Zach Gallen, I signed. And one thing I wanted to remind you with this, this is something that I talked about going into this last offseason. We had an issue in the draft last year where we didn't have our second round pick because of Willy Adames. Now, Willy Adames was phenomenal last year. Hit 312 with a 415 on base percentage, almost 1,000 OPS. But not having a second round pick really limited what we were able to do when it comes to the draft. And so I don't want to be in that same position this upcoming year. We decided that our way of avoiding this is going to try to make sure we didn't sign any restricted free agents. Zach Gallen cost me $27 million, normally is a restricted free agent. However, the restricted free agency was no longer extended to him by the time that I made the signing, and therefore we should be able to get our second round pick this upcoming season. With that in mind, I think we're going to be in a very good position, especially after we ended up drafting a very good prospect near the top last year. Felipe Marrero, our top pick, is going to be really, really good. I can't wait to see him up, and actually, we're kind of moving Eldridge up early because I think Marrero is going to probably take the first base spot from Eldridge otherwise. And so I want to make sure that Eldridge gets his shot before Marrero comes in and easily takes that position away. And yeah, so as we move into this season, well, weird noise. As we move into this season, we are going to be looking at how can we contend and stay near the top with one of the best pitching staffs and a good contact staff, knowing that we're also in an extremely competitive NL West. However, I'm stupid, and therefore I did not keep my second round pick. I guess I hope Zach Gallen's good. I would not have made that signing otherwise. But I also did it accidentally anyways. I kind of lowballed the offer and I got him. Lowball at $27 million. That sounds wrong. About halfway until the draft, 7 weeks into the season, we are one of the best pitching staffs in all of baseball, though I'll say the Zach Gallen blunder isn't really looking very good, and Sandy has been rough. Especially if I look at the most recent games, he has been getting blown up the last couple games. Gallen has been getting blown up the last couple games. So we were one of the best pitching staffs, but we've kind of gotten lit up the last couple games. And scouting-wise, I've been doing discovery the whole time. I'm just going to show you quick. I feel like I'm harping on this too much. I don't know why this is this way. But people might not believe me when I say that guys that I scout and find in discovery suck. Because this guy's not good. This guy's decent. Not good. Those are just some of the guys that I started to. Because most of them weren't even worth my time. That is 7 weeks of discovery. Not a single guy worth my time. And this might be one rebuild, right? However, it just keeps happening year after year after year. So I'm doing something wrong. Hence why I never use it. So this is going to be the last year I use it. I'm going right back to my normal method unless I don't find any scouts available, because the scouts to my knowledge that I have available in this are awful. So, hopefully we'll find somebody available to us at pick 15 that'll be interesting, but I'm not liking our chances. But right before the NBA draft, I mean, we're in a good position. Again, pretty good above 500, actually in a better spot at this point of the year than we were last year. But I have never seen a drop off like this. Whoa. These two. Oh my God. How are you this bad? Like, these are terrible games. Pelicans have the first pick in the NBA draft, and we have pick 22. The question is, what guys are going to slip? If anybody does start to slide, we might trade up and see what we can do somewhere here in the draft. We don't have a whole lot of things to do, but we do probably need to make this team younger. And I doubt I can get rid of Jimmy, but if we can try to turn some of these role players into young prospects, I will do that. The Pelicans take Darren Peterson instead of AJ Depansa, which means he's probably going to the Knicks. He doesn't. Cam Boozer does. AJ goes to the Rockets, though. So, okay. We'll see who slips. Okay, that's an insane trade. Dame and Bobby for the 5th overall pick. The Bucks are getting way younger, and I don't think the Thunder should have done that. I mean, they got a lot back, but I don't think they should have done that. All the guys I wanted are gone, so I'm going to trade pick 22, and I see that one of the guys who I actually did want is going to be available to me from the Chicago Bulls. So we're going to offer this deal, the pick plus a cuff, or plus Dinwiddie and Hield, and get a cuff back. And I'm going to see, I might do one more trade here as well after we make this deal, but this gets me at least somebody who I like. Darius Acuff is going to be on our team. Getting a first that is originally a Bucks first, also a swap for Jock Landale. And I'm going to get Oso Iguodaro for Trace Jackson Davis, Gary Payton, and a second. And then I'm probably just going to try to just dump Royce O'Neal for a second. The Jimmy Butler contract hurts, especially because he's this. But like when I look at it, last year of his deal, he'll be a free agent at the end of this, and we'll be able to get off of his contract. Happily, what I think we made as good moves was Oso Iguodaro is up to an 80 overall now, and Tyler Kolek was a 1-and-1 deal, and I got him. He's up to an 81. I think he can be a backup 2 for us, if not a backup 1. I do think a Cuff will be the backup 1, but I really like what the team's at. It's not great. I mean, it's not really a contender, right? Our goal right now with, I think, the Warriors is just to trim as much cash as possible so that we can be a contender as soon as Butler is gone. Because I just don't think this team's really got it. And we need to basically prepare for life after Curry, see if we can compete for a couple more years with him. But I just don't know. He didn't retire, so I think we at least have 2 more years with Curry. I don't necessarily know if there's a lot of really good talent in this, and not having a second-round pick is going to hurt us again. And with Gallon underperforming, it hurts. This is the top guy on the board, Felipe Tejada. I doubt he'll fall to us at 15, but if he does, that's who I would like to take. I also do have the number 1 guy here in Pedroza, but I don't necessarily think he's going to be as good. We did find a few sneaky players. I think that there is a chance that Doug Webb ends up being decent, non-ranked, and then I think the best one that I like actually is this Angelo Aguilar, who I'm hoping we're able to take with the second round, and maybe Doug Webb will be available in the third, or technically our third round with Aguilar and the fourth with Webb. But we'll see what happens, and maybe we'll be able to get it. But first, I'm hoping that we can just get lucky in the first round. I don't know our luck, but honestly, that's insane that he's available to us right now. Felipe Tejada is still here. You gotta take it. I actually don't like his stats that much, but I mean, you gotta take it. And so here at the All-Star break, we are 54 and 43, just above 500, holding that roll above the Diamondbacks, and thankfully now leading the wild card. We are a little bit better, but our pitching is getting worse and worse as the season goes, and I don't necessarily know why. I guess that's our averaging to a mean, but yeah, Alcantara and Gallen have been terrible. Our bullpen is starting to just get bad besides the back end. The long relievers are bad. I'm thinking we might have to make a move. We're second in pitching, but it doesn't feel like it. When it comes to All-Stars, we have, let's see, probably Ryan Walker. Yep, Ryan Walker at closer is an All-Star. And then, do we have any others? Really? Okay. Just Ryan Walker, our closer, as our only All-Star. All right. I mean, when I look at the lineups, it's not like necessarily things have been great. I just feel like Jung-Hoo Lee maybe should be. He's hitting 297, 386 on base percentage so far. 285 from Lamont Wade. That's pretty good. But whatever. We're cold. We're bad. It is what it is. We're also going to make a move here at the deadline. Jordan Hicks has been just miserable, and I just don't want him. He's getting paid $11 million. We have another year with him with $11 million. I just don't think he's that good. And so I kind of just want to get rid of him. And we're going to get at least something back. We're going to get Dylan Lesko, prospect from the Rays. And we're going to get a reliever in Kevin Kelly as they sell who they have on the block. And that'll give us a relief pitcher for now and a starting pitcher for the future to get rid of Jordan Hicks' contract. Wow, he was a 79 overall. Good power and 91 potential. We'll take that from Felipe Tejada. Good defense, everything. We just need to get those contact stats up, and maybe this guy will be a legit good outfielder for us. I like to see that. Maybe just as he's not even a DH. I don't really know where to put him. All right, that's good. Angular, 58 overall, but 88 potential. And Doug Webb, 58 overall, 90 potential. These two guys we will not see. The Kansas City Royals were able to scout and find a 99 potential left fielder with good contact. I think this is a guy I would have liked to have over everybody else. But I feel like I looked around and I did not see this guy having contact stats like that. Because I totally would have taken this guy if I saw him. So I don't know where they found him. He definitely wasn't near the top of the board. And Patrick Bailey broke his hand with 1 to 2 months left in... 1 to 2 months out with less than 2 months left in the season. I can't put him on the IL because we can't afford to, and I don't have a backup catcher besides Sam Huff. So Sam Huff is going to have to play, and then I guess I'm going to bring up Max Stassi in September, and we'll see what we can do there because that hurts to lose Patrick Bailey this close to the end of the season where we look like we're a playoff team. So once again, we are leading the wild card going into September. We have a massive advantage this time. 5.5 games over the rest of the teams, though it is much closer in this spot as the NL is far more competitive than it was last year. But we just need to make sure we avoid having a collapse like we did last year in this final month. And I think we'll be able to. We've been a lot hotter. We have a lot better team, better pitching staff, theoretically, obviously. We keep mentioning that when it comes to Gallen and Alcantara, who have not been good. But since I moved off of Hicks, it's been nice. I think our bullpen's been a little bit better. And we've got a phenomenal pitching staff with Zach Eflin really, really fighting for a potential Cy Young. He won't get it because of the wins and the strikeouts, but I mean, 2.28 with a 0.95 whip. This was the guy I really wanted, and I got him, and I'm happy I did. And I might trade Gallen in the offseason. Yeah, other thing that I like is Bryce Eldridge, 274, 14 home runs, 60 RBIs for the rookie right now. I don't know if he'll be able to get in the Rookie of the Year race because he is only playing against righties, and so he doesn't get as much of a shot as the rest of these guys who are full-time players. But I think besides maybe Henry Matsui, Eldridge is better than Kaplan and Talbot. The question is, I think because of the amount of snaps that they, or games that they get, 109, 118, 114 versus Eldridge, who, I mean, is been getting a good amount. 105, I don't know. There's a chance Eldridge could fight for a potential spot up near that Rookie of the Year race, and I signed him to an extension. 10 years, $100 million. We need defensive ends and offensive linemen and really just defense in general. I think with our quarterback, running back, and wide receiver trio, getting Elam last year, having a good developing quarterback in Brown, and I think honestly at running back we're going to be pretty good with Sab. I think mainly we need to make sure that we can actually build a serviceable defense in the future. So we're going to go heavy on defensive ends and tackles in this recruiting. I'm still going to get the other positions, but those are the two that we really, really need to get. And we've got a few guys that we might be able to pursue near the top 4 or 5 star guys. I'd kind of have to get lucky, I think, but we're going to try it. Elijah Brown has 99 throw power here in his sophomore season. He doesn't have a whole lot of room to develop anymore. His caps are his caps are nice, but like he doesn't have a whole lot of room to develop more. We'll get that accuracy up, but after that, he's really not that much more. Honestly, I'm very happy. He's got 99 throw power. He's got a cannon. So for a 3-star quarterback from SoCal, we'll take it. He's a sophomore. I think this team goes as far as Elijah Brown takes us. And we had the ACC Offensive Player of the Week in our first week against Hawaii, our traditional matchup. I'll take that. That means that we're going to get some good development from our receivers too, if Elijah Brown is going to hit them all. And we're ending the month with our rivalry game against San Jose State. I'm hoping we can take a victory here because I think we've got some guys that are really close to committing. And if we get a victory, I think we might be able to just get over that hump with some of them. And after last year's recruiting class, I'm really hoping we can get some guys. Ooh, we don't get Viroche. We don't get France. But with 1400 XP, that sounds like a victory to me. We go 3-1, brand exposure goes up, and that means I think we're in an even better position as we are going to be 3-1 entering the month of October. On the NFL side of things, we are going to be rolling with a little bit of a brand new offensive line when it comes to the 2 rookies we drafted. Jake Mikula, the left guard from Stanford. I know it says Michigan. I didn't change that. But he is going to be probably the best player that we have this year. That was our first round pick. And then we also have a center who we drafted later. We have a lot of really good players. We have another developmental tight end who could possibly replace Kittle if Kittle retires. And we have a 99 speed wide receiver with sideburns. Very, very strong sideburns. Otherwise, I think this team is going to be interesting offensively. The question is, can the defensive side uphold what they were not able to do last year? Can we get more pressure? Can Mikel Williams end up being a little bit better this year? We do not have Stephon Gilmore this time. But I was able to get Bobby Wagner in free agency, and that could be a good, backup middle linebacker. I'm surprised he didn't retire. Hope is that this team will be enough this year to make the playoffs again, but whether or not we are able to do so is going to be entirely reliant on whether or not the defense can perform at a better level than last year. We replaced all of our coordinators, and we made a little bit of a scheme change as well. But a lot of this is still going to be based on the development, and maybe Purdy, if he stays healthy this year, and McCaffrey, can get us enough offense that it doesn't even matter. Well, it's not Purdy, but it's Trent Williams, so at least it's only 3 games. I'm concerned we're going to have injury problems when we have this top-heavy of a roster, and they're not exactly a durable roster anyways, but hey, that's the 49ers for you. The entire team injured by week 5, that's what we need. I think one thing is this team's going to be pretty tough to keep together. We have Kittle as a free agent, Braxton Jones as a free agent, Jawan Jennings, who I think is probably the odd man out. Honestly, if we're not competitive, we'll probably trade him because we at least could go Pearsall Jackson. Sampson, whatever. But Collins, I think, is a big one. Mikel Williams is a big one. I think a lot of the other guys we could possibly get just general replacements from, but we've got a lot of guys who are free agents, and the question is, how much is Kittle going to require? He's a 96 overall, but he's 32 years old, and really, I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to withhold that rating. Hey, and we got a breakout for Jair Brown. If he gets this breakout, that might end up being a superstar at strong safety. which could be really big because our secondary is not the best. Oh, he got it. He just got it. I didn't even need it. He just, okay, there was no breakout scenario. He just got it. I mean, a pick helps. I'm surprised that's a superstar trait right there from getting that. I mean, that's all he had. No touchdown, but I'll take it. That's going to be really, really nice to have at strong safety because our secondary is not very good. So if he can continue to develop at a good rate, I love that. Seattle's 4-0, but we are 2-2, so not too bad of a start as we go into the month of October as well here, and not bad. I mean, I wish we were a little bit better, but I'll take it, especially considering that our defense is still awful, but offensively, we have not performed to our level. 2-2 is a little lucky. We need a significantly better defense. Our secondary still needs a lot of improvement, and we need some D tackles badly. I think there's a chance at the or like somewhere in the deadline area, I might see if I can find a D tackle off of a team because we need something to help defend the run. We are a really, really bad defensive team. Unlike last year, we actually did lock it up this time. There's still 6 games left in the season, but we have guaranteed a spot in the wild card, and my hope is that we will retain the top spot in this as the NL West is dominant and might find 4 playoff teams. Unless, we see them. I think they might cannibalize each other. They could. 93-69, we are making the postseason as a wild card team, facing the Padres in the first round. In our wild card position, that means that the Padres also made it, and we are able to do so and happily find ourselves in position where we have an award winner. Ryan Walker wins the Delivery Man of the Year as the best closer in all of baseball. Your MVP this year, Shohei Ohtani, once again hitting .296 with 51 home runs, 131 RBIs, just beating out Bryce Harper. Cy Young goes to Brandon Woodruff. Woody gets it for the Brewers, 17-6 with a .286 ERA and 191 strikeouts for him, beating out Glasnow and Skeens. When it comes to the AL side, Judge ends up winning the MVP, 321, 44 home runs and 122 RBIs over Gunnar and Rooker. And the Cy Young is Carlos Rodon, of the Yankees, gets it with a 3.41 ERA and 172 strikeouts. I would say that's a wins thing because this is far. Tanner Bybee gets it. So far, the AL Cy Young has, in both years, gone to the wrong guy, I would say. I do want to look because we had a good rookie this year, but 30 home runs out of a rookie third baseman, first round pick for the Cubs last year, ends up hitting 30 home runs. Is going to beat out Bryce Eldridge. And honestly, I'm surprised it wasn't this guy who hit 26, but hit a little bit better. I think this guy deserves it more. But we miss out on the Rookie of the Year, but still very good to get a Delivery Man of the Year from an amazing season from Ryan Walker. Zach Eflin. Oh my. League leader in ERA, innings pitched, and whip on the season. Phenomenal signing for us. Was really, really good. I don't even know how to categorize that. I think ERA we're going to give ourselves a point for. Innings pitched, probably not, and probably not whip, but I would say that's a really good season for Zach Eflin. We also get the league leader in stolen bases from Victor Robles as he was a Rule 5 pickup, and we got him for 54 stolen bases this offseason. Really, really good for us. Batting title goes to O'Neal Cruz with a 328 average for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Over Trey Turner and Will Smith. Your hits leader was Trey Turner with 214 for the Phillies. Your home runs leader was Shohei Ohtani with 51, who also led in RBIs with 131. Saves leader goes to Tanner Scott, who gets 49 saves. That comes with winning the division. They had a lot more opportunities over Ryan Walker, but Ryan Walker's 47 is still very impressive. ERA, Zach Eflin wins it by a good amount over Shota Imanaga, 2.41 for him, and the strikeout leader, Mackenzie Gore, with 192 for the Nationals. On the AL side, the batting title goes to Gunnar Henderson with a 3.26 average for the Orioles over Aaron Judge, Bobby Witt, and Corey Seager. He also led in hits, the only guy with 200 in the AL. When it comes to home runs, Aaron Judge led the way with 44 for the New York Yankees and also led with 122 RBIs over Gunnar and Kerry Carpenter. No triple crown, but a phenomenal season from Aaron Judge. Your saves leader on the AL side is Emmanuel Clase with 50 saves for the Guardians, right above Ursig, Munoz, Miller, and Hoffman. ERA crown goes to Shane Baz with a 2.38 ERA for the Tampa Bay Rays. A very good season from him. And your strikeout leader, Cole Reagans, with 183. Now this is highway robbery for Spencer Bivens. He gets sent down, but on 43 innings, he has a 1.03 ERA and a .8 whip. It's a small sample size because it's 43 innings, but oh my god, amazing relief pitcher. Very good season for him. One of the best that I've seen from a reliever that wasn't like a closer. He's a 72 overall. He got sent down, had a great season, and then I think Beck wasn't good. He got sent down too. When it comes to our actual rotation, Zach Gallen did put together a good second half of his season. I still will consider trading him because I don't like the contract we gave to him, but I might keep him too. We'll see where we're at. I don't know. I have 5 good pitchers here. It's just a question of whether or not they'll perform. Randy Rodriguez, 3.77 with a 1.27 ERA. Birdsong, 4.34 with a 1.31 whip. That was... I said ERA with a 1.27. My bad. 2.64 and 1.09 for Camilo Duvall. Hunter Harvey with 3.4 and a 1.09. Kevin Kelly with 2.33 and a 1.29. And Ryan Walker, 1.26 ERA, 0.77 whip, 47 saves, 5 blown saves, and 8 earned runs. So that means that pretty much every time he gave up a run, it was a blown save, which meant that these games were close. And he was a very pivotal piece for us. At the top of our rotation, Logan Webb, 3.93 with a 1.29 whip. Not good. He actually saw some regression. At one point, I saw him as a 96 overall. He just didn't perform to the level I was hoping, and he really got outplayed by Zach Eflin, who had a phenomenal season. 15-9, 212 innings, 128 strikeouts, 2.41 with a .96 whip, 3.4 WAR from Eflin. Loved that signing. Roop was not necessarily the greatest in his season, and Alcantara was terrible this past year. I don't think he would be this bad next year, but there's a concern when you lean on that he will end up consistently being that bad. Braxton Garrett, our amazing contract of a pitcher, 2.93, 1.13 whip. You want to talk about production per millions of dollars? You get me 3.2 WAR as a starting pitcher for $1.4 million. It does not get much better than that. Lineup-wise, Patrick Bailey is still injured for 2 to 3 weeks, but we kept him on the roster because he had a good season up until the point he got hurt. 251, 321 on base, and more importantly, when we look at him, it's that 2.3 WAR that he put together in that season with broken hand. I mean, only 1 error on the entire year. Really good from him, but still sucks to have him injured when it goes to the postseason. Brett Wisely, 228, not the greatest. Luis Matos, 245 in a small sample size, but was pretty good. Encarnacion, 157, only 51 at bats though. Victor Robles had 54 stolen bases. We let him hit leadoff against righties, and that helped him get that. And so he ends up getting 54 stolen bases on the year, caught stealing 9 times, and 2.7 WAR for a Rule 5 pickup. Jung-Hoo Lee ends up hitting 294 with 11 home runs. He gets a total of 169 hits. Would have liked him to get a little bit more shot. He was sitting around 300 all year. Love to see that. I think he's a really good contact hitter, 5.6 WAR. Willie Adames, 286, a little bit down from where he was last year, but we had him hit lefties this year, which he did not hit last year. So a little bit lower average because he did play against lefties. I actually don't know if I can look at that on here. No, I think I'd have to look at the actual individual stats. And we're not going to go into that depth, but he was still very, very good this season and 5.2 WAR player. Helio Ramos, 268 with 22 home runs. Lamont Wade hit 290, 16 home runs, 399 on base percentage. We signed him to a cheap contract, and we have him in a good situation. Fitzgerald, 248 with 17 home runs this year. Chapman was probably one of our more disappointing guys, but 253, 321 on base percentage, and as a good defensive player means he pulled in 4.3 WAR. Bryce Eldridge, 267 with 15 home runs at 64 RBIs. Could have been in the Rookie of the Year race any other year but this year. And then Sam Huff, not a good catcher. But it's crazy because basically Lamont Wade playing this well. at first base. 290, 399 average, or 399 on base percentage, and Eldridge playing pretty well in his first season. We have Felipe Marrero, who we have to worry about too, who's going to come up next year. Or he's got to come up. He played it phenomenal. And he had like a 400 on base percentage all season in AAA. He's got to come up. I don't have room for him. So let's think, I guess. There's a chance that maybe we move Eldridge out or to the outfield. Maybe we move Wade to the outfield. It's tough because Marrero could just be a DH because he does have 69 fielding. It's not the greatest. And then that means where do we put everybody else? Wade on first probably. And then maybe in outfield we have Eldridge play. You know, especially maybe he's the right-handed batter for Ramos. Maybe he's the left-handed batter for, I don't know, Robles apparently is going to keep this spot over Matos. So it'll be interesting next season. But first we have the San Diego Padres in the month of October. Can we take this out before our first game here? I want to beat these guys before Saturday so we can actually get this done before we see it. But let me put Bivens back into the rotation. We are going to be going Logan Webb versus Framber Valdez in Game 1, Eflin versus Cease in Game 2, and then Braxton Garrett versus Joe Musgrove in Game 3. I wanted Garrett to pitch because I think he's been our third best pitcher this season, and I'd rather have him have the shot than rely on one of the other guys. So, Game 1, Logan Webb versus Framber Valdez. Can we get the victory? Oh, first we want a double-A thing. 3.8. Oh my God. 108 ERA. He gives up 5 runs without getting a single out. Well, I guess 1 out. He got 1 out. He got a strikeout. Logan Webb gets lit up by the Padres. It was a 3-3 game outside of that first at bat. But win or go home for Eflin versus Cease. He's been phenomenal all year. Can he hold it up in the playoffs? He can. We win that one 5-2, 6-2. That's a poorly placed font. Meaning we have Game 3 here against the Padres down to Braxton Garrett versus Joe Musgrove. We advance and we will be taking on the Dodgers in the NLDS. And with another game on Saturday, we are now going to play. It looks like the Dodgers have the first game of the night. So Saturday night or Saturday afternoon gets Zach Gallen versus Shohei Ohtani in LA. Can we get the victory? We do. We are going to go into another one. Look at Ohtani gets just crushed in the first inning. 6 runs before he gets an out. Amazing start. Gallen gets the win. We did almost blow it in the 8th, but we were able to hold on. We are going to go into Game 2 with a 1-0 lead. And so later in the day, I'm hoping Stanford has the ability to beat Duke here. Can we get it with the victory? This is going to be a big one. If we can win this, that's going to be at least 1-1 in the ACC, and I'm hoping some recruits get in. Can we get it? Stanford versus Duke here in Game 5 or October 3rd. Can we win? We get a 5-star commit in Rodney Soto. We are unable to get Wayne Dove and Tua Klotz, but I'm okay with that. We get a rank up. That's probably a victory. We do win. We are 4-1. It was a close one, but it was, I guess, them coming back near the end here for that, because we do win 24-18. Our offense is down a little bit this year, but I think it's been okay. When it comes down to it, we end up winning the game. Brown gets 1 touchdown and 214 yards. And at 4 p.m. here on Sunday, the Cardinals are going to be playing us. And can we advance and take second place in the NFC West with this victory? I'm hoping that we can take out the Cardinals to do so and keep up our momentum. I need to see it. We are able to do so, defeating the Cardinals. We win that one, and now we'll have Thursday night football against the Vikings next as second place in the NFC West. And so 3 games before we have to play the defending Super Bowl champions, but I'm hoping that we can just get this series out of the way before that. The problem is we've got Sandy Alcantara on the mound, who has been not good this season. Maybe he'll be able to put it together here. Sunday night baseball in LA. Can Sandy take on Glasnow and get the victory? He can. We win 4-2. So going back home to San Francisco, we are up 2-0 on the Dodgers. Logan Webb with 108 ERA against Blake Snell. Oh, Logan Webb has been rough. We are now up 2-1. Game 4. Eflin versus Shohei Ohtani. Please give me the victory, Eflin. Well, we're going to travel to Minnesota quick on a tangent and maybe defeat the defending Super Bowl champions. Are we able to do so? That would be huge to take a 4-2 record going into week 7, and we do, winning 17-12 in a close matchup. We take down the defending champs. And game 5, the season comes down to this. Braxton Garrett with it all on the line. He came out on top last time against the Padres. Can he do it going back to LA? We haven't won in San Francisco, but we won on the road. Can we take game 5 from the 105 win Dodgers? It's all down to this. Garrett versus Glasnow. We do! He's 2-0 and wins both elimination games for us. We are taking on the Mets in the NLCS. Oh, this is a big one. I don't think we really have much of a chance. If I look at the actual overall matchup against Notre Dame, they are considerably the better team to us. But if we get lucky, we might be in a position where we could pull this off. It's a rivalry game, and we've got a lot of guys that are still on the boards for possibly coming next year, and I really want to get them. Winning against Notre Dame would do that. They're a good team. Can we be the roadblock for them to greatness? I'm going to guess, based on not getting some of these guys, that we were not. Oh, 1,000 XP is a lot of XP. Oh my god, we are! We beat Notre Dame! For this to make sense, score-wise, that means they were up 21 to either 21-19 or 21-16, and we scored at the very end of the game. I guess I should check to see if we got a field goal. We did. AJ Seidler gets the game-winning. Oh, he's from, like, where I'm from. That's sick. AJ Seidler. That's awesome. Ah, dude went to a private school. No wonder I hadn't really heard of him. So, as we return back to the Giants, I really want to see Logan Webb put together something better. This has been an abysmal start to this postseason for our ace. I mean, really, look at that. Braxton Garrett is a 7 ERA, but he's won 2 games, so I don't care. And these two have been our best 2 pitchers. All right. We are taking on the New York Mets in... Wait. At home? We have advantage? Oh. They're the 6th seed. We have home field advantage against the Mets. All right. We're playing them in San Fran that it is then. Gallen's going to start, then Alcantara. So, as I just said, these are our 2 best pitchers right now. And the hope is that they'll continue this, because our pitching staff has completely fallen apart so far in this postseason. But maybe against the Mets, we'll be able to put it back together. Game 1. 4-3 victory. Zach Gallen gets it. Paid him $27 million for that victory right there. We are up 1-0 on the Mets. Game 2, Alcantara versus Clay Holmes. 11-4. We are up 2-0 going into New York. Logan Webb versus Tyler McGill. Please, Logan Webb, don't have another bad one. It wasn't a bad game, but we lost. No offense, 0-1. We lose that one. In New York for Game 4, Zach Eflin versus Sean Manaea. Guys, what is going on? Why are our good pitchers playing terrible? Braxton Garrett versus Kodai Senga. What's happening? 21st ranked Stanford is playing against NC State here on Saturday. 5:45 game. I think we've got a good shot here to win it, but you never know. NC State is overpowered in College Football 25, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to take advantage of our great season start, though. Can we get a victory? We get a commit from quarterback David Olaseni from San Marcos, California. We sadly do not get Stephen Alabi and 988 XP. That's generally enough for a victory. We do. We are 6-1 and now ranked 16th in the nation. Kind of one of our most definitive victories of the season. 462 yards. Maybe Brown is finally putting it a little bit together so far. 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, 300 yards so far in this game. That was good. 2 sacks, but good way to get a victory. Did we get a good amount of rushing too? We did. Moss, 81 yards rushing. But before we return back to the San Francisco part of the Bay, the 49ers, who are not playing in San Francisco, are going to need to beat the Rams here to take a good shot. I don't think we're going to get the lead of the NFC West, but if we win this, we're going to be in a good position to be able to do so. This would make us 5-2, and I'm hoping that we can take on and beat the Rams. We are the better team. We have a better offense. We still have an abysmal defense. Can we take down Los Angeles in this series? In this game, we cannot. They get the upper hand. They win 30-24, getting their vengeance for the Dodgers. Spirits are low in the Bay Area, but Patrick Bailey is back, and we're hoping that having their catcher might help fix the rest of our rotation. And that's going to lead down to our last 2 games. Zach Gallen versus Clay Holmes and Sandy Alcantara versus Tyler McGill. Zach Gallen in Game 6, Sunday night, after we just lost to the Rams. Can he turn it around? He can, meaning we are going to Game 7 here in San Francisco. Let's get right into it. Can we advance to play the Detroit Tigers? Now, we were a better team during the season, but our pitching staff has been pretty abysmal so far in the postseason, yet still technically better than theirs, as we are going to be playing in San Francisco, in Oracle Park. Here, with Alcantara on the mound, I trust him more than Logan Webb right now. We're going to go with that. Is there anybody who is underperforming? Helio Ramos is underperforming, but we are going against a lefty. So I feel like Ramos is probably the best bet here for us. And Adames is going to be the unlucky one, I think. We'll see what we can do. But they are starting David Peterson, somebody who has not yet pitched for them in the postseason, versus Alcantara. They have Lindor, Luis Angel Acuna, Juan Soto, Pete Alonso, Mark Vientos, Cedric Mullins, Francisco Alvarez, Brandon Nimmo, and Brett Beatty in the lineup. So pretty much their team plus Cedric Mullins. Can Alcantara pull it together and beat the Mets here in Game 7? Lindor, guys.
Ball 4, take your base.
All right. Okay, guys. I'm not doing this. I'm going to Logan Webb, I guess.
Take your base, ball 4. He's safe. Logan. 3.
What's the point? The Mets are killing us in the first 2 innings. We do have men on first and second. 3. Okay, Willie does get us a 3-run home run to make it a 3-run game at least. But wow, that was a huge start for the Mets. And they're still just racking up runs. Helio Ramos gets a double. Ground out from Matos. A double from Jung-Hoo Lee. Strikeout. Another double from Adames. We're down by 3, so it's not over. I'm making another pitching change. I think we're going to go full bullpen. I don't know who to trust. I think a lefty. I just don't have lefties. I don't have any lefties besides Braxton Garrett.
Now pitching for the Giants, number 29.
He gets out of that one. Bottom of the 5th. Can we get more? Lamont Wade walks. Single, men on first and second for Helio Ramos, who flies out. Double for Luis Matos. We're down by 1. It is now 8-7 as they switch to Jose Buto. Can Jung-Hoo Lee get in? No, that is a strikeout. Garrett with a pop-out, fly-out, single for Alonso, single for Vientos. We're going to make a pitching change for one pitcher. We get out of that for Bivens. Bottom of the 6th. Strikeout, strikeout, ground out. Bivens, I believe in. Ground out, walk, hit by pitch. I should have made the pitching change. I was considering doing it, and we backfired by not doing it. I'm going to Camilo Duvall, who gets a fielder's choice and a pop-out. We are now down 2. They are going to Danny Young. Tyler Fitzgerald strikes out. Lamont Wade, solo home run. It is still a 1-run game. Matt Chapman strikes out. Ramos, they're going to do a pitching change for Dedniel Nunez. Walk for Ramos. Error. Men on first and second for Jung-Hoo Lee. Please hit him in, buddy. Single. It is a tie game in the bottom of the 7th here in this Game 7 of the NLCS. We are going to go Duvall here. Fly out. Strikeout. Gets out of that. It is the bottom of the 8th. Willie Adames versus AJ Minter. Pop out. Single for Bailey. 2-run home run. Tyler Fitzgerald turn the game around. It is 11-9 going in the bottom of the 8th. Walk for Lamont Wade. Christian Scott. Double play. We are going to make the pitching change and go to Ryan Walker here. He gets a ground out. He gets an error. I think we're going to have to enter the game and watch because the tying run is up to bat and Brett Beatty. It is Game 7. We have turned this game around. Can Ryan Walker end it all here? 1 out in the top of the 9th of Game 7 of the NLCS. We have come back. He throws a slider right down the middle, and Beatty takes it. 0-1 count. Lindor is on deck. He has to get Beatty out. If he lets him on base, that is going to be 2 men on for Lindor, and I don't want to see that. Beatty is hitting .222 this postseason. With the pitch. Ball low, sinker. Misses the zone. Ryan Walker, your reliever of the year, trying to come up clutch here in Game 7 of the NLCS. With the pitch. Sinker outside, just misses. 2-1 count for Brett Beatty. This comeback has been phenomenal, but we can't blow it here. Ryan Walker drops a sinker down and inside. Payne in the corner, 2-2 count. I see the San Francisco fans panicking in the back. He throws it in the dirt. Patrick Bailey does block it, but that is probably going to let the runner advance to second. Actually, it doesn't look like he moved. Our runner did not move. They were afraid of Patrick Bailey. Full count for Brett Beatty against Ryan Walker. Can he get it? Please, Ryan Walker, get the pitch in. That ball is hit. It is hit deep. It is hit long. It is down right over the head of Victor Robles. Robles throws it to the cutoff man. Throws it home. 1 run scores as Beatty hits an RBI double to make it 11-10 here in the top of the 9th of Game 7. Francisco Lindor is now up to bat here against Ryan Walker. Oh, the stress is killing me. With the pitch. That ball is down, out in the corner. The Mets are going to tie the game as Lindor hits an RBI single to make it 11-11 in the top of the 9th. Come on, they are going to make a pitching change. We are going away from Ryan Walker into Kevin Kelly for Luis Angel Acuna, who's hitting .298 and already with a 2-run home run in the game. With the pitch, fouls it off. Stopping them from scoring would be huge. If we can go tied into the bottom of the 9th, I think there's a chance we could score. They have a bad pitching staff as well. I say that as if our pitching staff was on our strength all season. It is not in the postseason. Kevin Kelly with the pitch. Drops it low and inside. 0-2 count for Luis Angel Acuna. In this stressful Game 7 of the NLCS. With the pitch. He drops it low. Left it in the zone, but 0-2 count fouled off by Acuna. Can we just hit into a double play so I don't have to see Juan Soto? Ball high. 1-2 count. Nothing scarier than Juan Soto, I think, because if we go to Juan Soto, then Edwin Diaz is going to be the pitcher that we're going to have to beat. With the pitch, he drops it low. Bailey blocks it. Lindor does not advance. Throws the pick off. It does not get Lindor. 2-2 count. Still for Luis Angel Acuna. With the pitch. Another one low. We have no control. We just cannot get the balls in the zone. Juan Soto has hit 5 home runs. He's hitting .367 this postseason. If we just blow this 0-2 count, Kevin Kelly. With the pitch. Strikes him out. Means Soto is still going to come up here, but with the K for Kevin Kelly. Means we don't have to worry about it too much if we can get Soto out. .367 here for Soto. Strike. Outside sinker. This is a long one. I did not expect this Game 7 to be this intense. And it has been, and we're going to keep going if we don't blow this here. I mean, we already blew it. We were up 11-9. With the pitch. Misses outside. Sweeper. 1-1 count for Juan Soto. Now, Juan Soto might walk, and that's a thing. He's really good at drawing walks, and Pete Alonso would be after him. The Mets have built a pure offensive team. Strike. That makes it a 1-2 count. Hayden Birdsong is warming up in the bullpen. I'd rather not see him. As we have to win this one here. 2 strikes for Soto. He throws another pickoff to Lindor. Does not get him.
2 gone. The possible go-ahead run at first.
With the pitch. Fouled off. Still 1-2 count for Juan Soto here in this top of the 9th. Ball inside. Misses on the sweeper. Does not seem to paint the corner. I feel like this is going to be the longest game we're ever going to see from me. With the pitch. He leaves the sweeper up high, left it hanging, but Soto was not ready for it. Looking for the fastball. He fouls it off. Another pitch for Kelly. He hits it hard but foul. 2-2 count still as Kelly is up to 14 pitches now against Acuna and Soto. Another one. That one is fouled off the other way. Still 2-2 as Soto is fighting here to stay alive for the Mets. With the pitch. Hit to third. Chapman throws to second. We are going to the bottom of the 9th here in San Francisco. I'm going to guess we're going to see Edwin Diaz here as we advance now. We're just going to stay right in it because I don't think I've ever shown this part. I just want to see if we can do it. Helio Ramos is going to be up against Christian Scott here in the bottom of the 9th. They're not going to Diaz. They're going to stick with Scott. With the pitch. Swing and a miss at the splitter. They do have Montas and Edwin Diaz warming up in the bullpen. I'd rather see Montas than Diaz, to be honest. Ramos is hitting 192 so far this postseason. He hits that one hard. Is it going to be far enough? It is not. Soto gets under it. 1 out. Luis Matos is now up here in the bottom of the 9th. Christian Scott with the pitch. Ball high. Slider does not drop into the zone. 1-0 count for Luis Matos. Another pitch. Another pop-up to the infield as it looks like Lindor is going to get underneath it. We're going to go to our 6th man in our lineup here tonight. Jung-Hoo Lee, who does not have any home runs, but he has a double, a single, and 2 RBIs so far tonight. Here in the bottom of the 9th. Against Christian Scott. He leaves the sweeper right down the middle. Doesn't take the swing at it. I know he's a patient hitter, but I would have liked him to swing at that. And he doesn't swing at that one either. I have no faith now, Jung-Hoo. You are giving me no faith. Another pitch. Ball outside. We are probably going into extras unless Jung-Hoo can fight and get on base. With the pitch. Oh, does he poke it? Foul. Thought he might have poked that one fair. That would have been a double, I think, if he gets it fair. With another pitch. Slider up and inside. Almost hits him. He doesn't flinch. He's focused. Jung-Hoo Lee. Not focused enough. We're going to extra innings. I think I'm going to jump back to quick manage because I don't want to sit here forever because this could go really long otherwise. We are going to select our team and go back into quick manage and see what we can do. Pete Alonso, Vientos, Cedric Mullins up next. Fly out. Ground out. Ground out. I am going to stay here, so we will not see if we hit a walk-off. Fly out. Pop out. Strikeout. We're making a pitching change here because we kind of have to. Hayden Birdsong against Francisco Alvarez. Strikeout. Ground out. Walk. They score a run on a Francisco Lindor double. Single puts men on the corners. Strikeout. It is now 12-11. Edwin Diaz is going to come into the game. We have Tyler Fitzgerald, Lamont Wade, and Matt Chapman. Double for Tyler Fitzgerald. We're going to jump right back in now and watch. And hopefully, Lamont Wade can make sure and defend our honor. We just blew this game. Can we get it right back? Lamont Wade versus Edwin Diaz here in the bottom of the 11th. Ball up and high. Slider misses wide. The Bay Area San Francisco Giants fans waving the towels, going crazy over the chance of making it to the World Series against the Tigers. Just like it's 2012. With the pitch, Edwin Diaz leaves the slider high and inside, or high and outside. Does get it in. Wade does not take the swing. Wade is hitting .315 so far this season, or this postseason. And they miss low. Edwin Diaz to a 2-1 count. Our tying run is on second. Lamont Wade is a good hitter. Can he get it in? That ball is considered a ball. 3-1 count for Lamont Wade. Chapman is on base, or is on deck for us. If Wade can get it, that's going to leave Chapman with 2 men on. Can Wade draw the walk? He can. It is a walk for Lamont Wade. We have men on first and second for Matt Chapman. They're bringing in Victor Robles to pinch run. Robles is our fastest player on our team. Chapman up to bat. Ball outside, low, 1-0 count. Diaz is kind of wild right now, and I like that. If we can load these bases, I'll take it. 2-0. The ump gives us an advantage. That ball looked like a strike to me. Diaz does not get the strike call. It is 2-0 count for Matt Chapman. .3-0 count for Matt Chapman. Alvarez is telling him to calm down, as Chapman just needs to draw the walk here to get bases loaded for Helio Ramos. With the pitch, strike right down the middle. You take that pitch. Diaz has been wild. It is a 3-1 count now. With another pitch. Another walk. Walks the bases loaded for Helio Ramos here against Edwin Diaz. I'd do a pinch hitter, but I'm not in control. Helio Ramos versus Edwin Diaz with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 11th. With the pitch. He swings, tries to check it, doesn't, fails to do so. 0-1 count for Ramos. This part of the lineup was a little weak. Can they pull it together? With the pitch. That's good, solid contact. It won't get down, but that will score a runner. It is going to be 12-12 with a man on third. And we just need to get a sac fly from Luis Matos. You watch as we came back and Fitzgerald gets in, scoring the game-tying run here in the 11th. They're switching pitchers, going away from Edwin Diaz. Frankie Montas is coming in here in the bottom of the 11th for Luis Matos. This is the longest I've ever spent in one game. With a pitch, he fouls it off. I was scared that was going to be a double play ball. I was so scared this was going to be a double play ball. You just got to hit it in the air, Matos. with the pitch. Ball outside for Matos. 1-1 count. Can Montas get us out, or is Matos going to be able to advance us to the World Series? That ball is probably not deep enough for Chapman to score. It is not. 2 outs now. Jung-Hoo Lee, our best contact hitter. If he can get good contact and get a hit, we score here in the bottom of the 11th. He makes hit, contact, ball on the ground. The Giants are going to the World Series in 2026. Jung-Hoo Lee hits the walk-off single in the bottom of the 11th of Game 7 of the NLCS. One of the longest games I've ever been in. Jung-Hoo Lee is our savior, taking a pitch from Frankie Montas, hitting it just enough to actually score a run. We are advancing to the World Series and are National League champions here in 2026. What a crazy way to end an NLCS in which we gave up 5 runs in the first inning and blew the game in the 9th, and here in the 11th, we end up winning it in an up and down, turmoil-filled game, advancing to the World Series against the Detroit Tigers. I think with that game alone, we might make this one of our longest single-year rebuilds ever. We're not even that's crazy. We are going to be playing the Detroit Tigers in the World Series. The reason that's crazy is because I feel like this is already long, and we haven't even started what happens on the 20th. We can be honest, though. The Warriors is the 20th, but the Warriors are not going to be the fun part of this year. Maybe Curry can put together a crazy season. I have my doubts. So here on Friday night, we have Logan Webb versus Tarek Skubal in Game 1. Before we see anything else, can we take them down and maybe get some pitching, please? We cannot. We do make Skubal give up some runs, but for our first game here in San Francisco, we are unable to take the victory. Here on Saturday, we have Georgia Tech coming to Stanford, and hopefully in the Bay Area we can get a dub. Just to lead into the night, I want to get one in the afternoon. Georgia Tech hopefully won't be able to take us off and we can stay ranked. And a lot of this is going to be determined here. Ricky Lieber, we get a 4-star recruit. But we miss out on a lot of guys, including Caleb Key, a 5-star left end I really, really wanted. But we do stay 7-1. Oh, we missed out on a lot of guys there. I spent a lot of time on Caleb Key, but he goes to ASU. They're here to ask you, how are you going to respond? Please, can we get the victory? Eflin versus Flaherty here in San Francisco. No. Down 0-2 going into Detroit. On Sunday, the worst defense in all of football will hopefully be able to come out on top against Cam Ward and the Tennessee Titans. I'm hoping so, because we would love to be 5-3 and not 4-4 going into our bye week. We do take a 22-7 victory. We are on bye and Stanford is on bye. Everybody is sitting here watching as the Giants are the only team in San Francisco, outside of the Warriors, it's the beginning of the season, nobody cares, playing. The focus is on them. Can they turn it around from down 0-2? Here we are in the World Series, down 0-2 as the Tigers took us out in both games in San Francisco. We were able to win the Dodgers series while not winning a single home game. However, we have home field advantage, meaning we do have to win one. It's actually funny because we reversed that against the Mets, where we only won home games and could not win in New York. We are going into Detroit, where we need to take 2 games off of them to make this a series. They have a really good pitching staff, and we have not performed thus this postseason. Garrett versus Casey Mize in Game 3. 9-3 victory. We do beat up on Casey Mize. We just need one of these two games. Gallon versus Job in Game 4. We win. It is tied 2-2. Alcantara versus Scooble in Game 5. We do not win. Alcantara blows it. We are down 3-2, going back into San Francisco for the worst part of our lineup, I guess. Webb and Eflin in Game 6 and Game 7. It's a Game 6 of the World Series, an elimination game, so we have to jump in. They have been phenomenal this postseason. We have not. Can we take down the Tigers? Here we are playing in San Francisco. We have home field advantage, and we are going with Logan Webb here in Game 6. The bats have cooled down. We don't have really any momentum at all. We're going against Flaherty. They have McKinstry, Badu, Kerry Carpenter, Spencer Torkelson, Riley Green, Josh Rojas, Jake Rogers, Colt Keith, and Parker Meadows in the lineup. We need a good performance. They have like all lefties. Single from Robles. I'm going to steal second. Stolen base. Jung Hoo Lee lines out. Single for Adames. Runners on the corners for Ramos. I'm going to go for the sac fly. We get that. We get the run. We are up 1-0. Lamont Wade gets the runners on the corners. We have a 1-0 lead going into the second. And Webb gets a double play to get out of it. Fly out. Walk for Eldridge. Fly out. Robles flies out. That gets us out of that one. We are doing well. We have men on first and second for Helio Ramos. 3-run home run for Ramos. He has 4 RBIs in the game so far. We are up 4-0 on the Detroit Tigers as we are able to hold a good lead here. Now can Webb just hold on for Game 6? Jung Hoo Lee with a 2-run home run. We are up 6-0 here against the Tigers. Webb just needs to continue to get through. I want 6 good innings out of him. But we're going to keep going for more if we can. I'll get a little greedy. We are in the bottom of the 6th. Eldridge the fly out, line out, and a walk for Robles. We're going to steal second again. Stolen base and ground out. Webb in the top of the 7th. Fly out, ground out, fly out. He is pitching a gem here in Game 6 of the World Series. And Adames hits a home run to take a 7-0 lead. Ramos walks, strikeout, hit by pitch, men on first and second, and a double play. Webb with another really good inning, gets out of that one to the bottom of the 8th. Romero is here. I'm going to try to use no bullpen if possible. We have bases loaded for Helio Ramos, who gets in another 3 RBIs. 10-0. We're going to just let Webb go. I gave up a few runs, but I was not going to make the pitching change. We win 10-2. After an insane Game 7 of the NLCS, we are going to Game 7 of the World Series. All eyes in the entire nation are here watching as the Giants try to come back in this series in San Francisco. Zach Eflin is going to be on the mound. It didn't go well last time against Casey Mize. The hope is that this will be enough. Eflin has been awful this season, or this postseason. It's been so long. This postseason is going so long that I'm actually shocked that it's not still the season. Same lineup. McKinstry with a double. Strikeout, ground out, and we fly out. So he gives up a leadoff double, but we do get out of it. Walk for Robles. He steals second. Single. Men on the corners for Adames. Sack fly gets him in. We are up 1-0. Fielder's choice gets Ramos on the first and a ground out. We have a 1-0 lead. Eflin is pitching scary, but he gets out of that one. 2-run home run for Bryce Eldridge. The rookie takes a 3-0 lead. Triple for Victor Robles gets him on to third. Jung Hoo Lee walks. Adames with a double. We are up 5-0. I can't believe we're coming back. Eflin with a single. Fielder's choice. Walk. Pop up. Walk. Bases loaded. Fielder's choice. That's going to be it for Eflin. I do not trust him. But we have men on first and second for Chapman. Bases loaded for Bailey. Pop up. Double for Robles. And we have an 8-0 lead. I'm going to Braxton Garrett because I trust him more than I trust Eflin. Solo home run from Jake Rogers. Fly out, and we get out of that one. But 8-1 lead. Solo home run from Willy Adames. We are up 9-1 here in Game 7 of the World Series. Just need Garrett to pitch well. He's the only lefty we have, so I looked at their lineup and was like, this is the only thing that makes sense. Men on the corners for Patrick Bailey. Let's just sack fly Bailey. He strikes out. So, all right. The only guy who can get hits are their catcher. Double for Jung-Hoo Lee, ground out, and that's it there. Top of the 7th, fly out. Double for McKinstry, single, one-man scores. Carpenter gets in, and another fielder's choice. It is 2-9. Alex Lange is going to come in. Chapman with a home run. We are up 10-2 in the World Series. A walk, men on first and second for Victor Robles with a single, bases loaded for Jung-Hoo Lee. 2 more runs score. We're up 12-2 in the bottom of the 7th. Error, bases loaded. 2 more runs from Helio Ramos. Walk, bases loaded. Fielder's choice. I don't care. Another single. It won't stop. It won't stop. We are up 16-2 here in the World Series. Game 7. Our pitching staff finally showed up. Our lineup finally showed up. Swing. I don't care. Steal second. Just do it. Just rub it in, buddy. In fact, steal third. You got caught. Solo home run from Jung-Hoo Lee. 17-2. And we are going to go to, I guess, Ryan Walker. Strikeout, and let's watch as Ryan Walker is going to put the nail in the coffin. That's a monumental collapse for the Tigers. Like a monumental collapse for the Tigers. I don't think I've seen something that bad. They completely fell apart here in Game 7. And Ryan Walker is going to be able to put them in a position to end it. Right back to him. Walker throws it over to first. The Giants win the 2026 World Series. It took 3 games to win an elimination game in the Wild Card Series. It took 5 to come back and win an elimination game in the NLCS against the Dodgers. It took 7 to come back in extras to beat the Mets in the NLCS. And it took 7 to come back and beat the Detroit Tigers in the World Series. What a run by the Giants. I don't think I've ever had a sim go like this. Oh my God. The Giants are 2026 World Series champions. Jung-Hoo Lee is exhausted. He's fallen on the grass. We're celebrating. I can't believe this team made it. What a World Series run from the Giants, and how much pressure that puts it on everybody else to try to match it. We win here in 2026. The Tigers sadly cannot do it again. 2012 and now. What a way to win our 9th World Series championship for the San Francisco Giants. Rule 5 pickup Victor Robles is the World Series MVP for us here in 2026. And playoff MVP goes to Tyler Fitzgerald. What a team. Those aren't even like the free agent signings. These are just guys. Like, they're just guys being dudes out here. 6 home runs from Fitzgerald. Ends up getting that. That's amazing. I can't believe we just did that. Torkelson does get postseason MVP for them. And, wow. What a way to end the first of 4. Oh my God, this video is going to be long. And the first other game in the Bay after the World Series is Jalen Brunson dropping 49 on the Warriors. The Warriors are good, but yeah, that's yeah. Maybe the 8th ranked Stanford can get a victory and, just keep the momentum that the Warriors are not. The young teams, not Golden State. I mean, they don't even have it in the name, right? Like, are they really part of the bit? They are. But, let's just... 4-star! 4-star! That's some offensive linemen. I love that. We did lose out on Tripucka. the 4-star right end who went to Boise State, but that's okay. Because that is a victory. We are ranked 5th in the nation. Hey, we got this is a DB one? Jaquan McMillan gets a, for a DB, that's hard. Can he just get like a, yeah. Pass deflections are hard to get. Yeah. That's going to be tough. I don't think he's going to get it. I probably shouldn't have changed that. I think the sack TFL might have been easier, but it's a corner. Like, how is he supposed to do that? I have a feeling that means that he didn't get it. Wait, he got the temp trade anyways. Okay. Which is crazy because we lost that game. Like 27-25 to the Saints, who are not good. Spencer Rattler beat us. Rattler beat us. What did McMillan do defensively? For us. 4 tackles. No TFLs. So I guess because he got the 4 tackles. So probably a good thing we changed it. But really this season, I think it's all about trying to stay on top in the ACC because Stanford is sitting at 8-1, and we've got a matchup against 8-1 SMU, 16th ranked SMU versus 5th ranked Stanford. I think we're probably like outmatched in this one. Like they should probably be the better. Oh, we're the better team. Okay, so we're the better team. All right, give me the victory here at home. I want to see it. I want to see us continue to climb the ranks. Can we do it? Can Elijah Brown bring us to the promised land? We do miss out on 3 guys, sadly. 1,000 XP. We're 9-1, ranked 4th in the nation. Pretty decisive victory at that. 34-20. We end up winning. We have more offense. We got our conversions. I think the big thing, it seems like, is that Elijah Brown has just been phenomenal this season. I love that we basically have ourselves a legitimate good quarterback, and he's a sophomore, so he's got way more room to grow yet. Don't have much of a rushing game, but who needs it when you've got this good of a passing game? I guess Tab does. Tab's a little upset that we are this, and he's a junior, which would be annoying because he might transfer out. But we have been really, really good so far, and we're sitting there at on a massive win streak. We lost this one game to Louisville. Since then, we have not lost a single game, and we've done so in pretty convincing fashion. Don't worry, the Warriors are doing their job of being exponentially fragile. That's just what we do. Curry's gonna have to play through a broken nose because I don't see how we win a single game without him. I guess we get we get masked up Curry here in this season. He's 38. Put the mask on. And he wants a contract extension? I don't care. No retiring. We might have him the whole time. He'll play till he's 40. Give him whatever he wants. 3 years, another $50 million. Let's pay him till he's 41. And if only Brock Purdy could, like, beat the Carolina Panthers. I mean, dude, just... what? Why is he a $265 million quarterback? I think as we shift our focus entirely to the college football season, because we have a really, really good shot of doing something special with Elijah Brown here this year. We have 2 games left in the season before we'd have to play in the ACC championship game, which I would love to be able to do. We have Cal and Miami up next. First, we have to win the big game here against Cal. I think we're going to be able to do so. Elijah Brown has been really good this year, and I love what he has brought to the table. I think we've been a really good team. Ooh, we don't get John Visciano, but whatever. Everybody else moves up the board, and we win. We are 10-1 and ranked 2nd in the nation right now. This is an unbelievable run for us. And that means there's only one team in our way from making this run all the way to the ACC title game. Ranked 2nd in the nation, Miami in our way, here at home. Can we keep this streak up? Please, let's do it. I want to see that win again. We get a 4-star quarterback in Zach Romberg to commit. That is generally good news because we did have him visiting. Only 682 XP though. But we win! 11-1! We are second in the nation, and that means we are going to the ACC title game as the top team in the ACC. We are taking on... we're not the top team in the ACC. Clemson is, of course, the number 1 and the number 2 team in the nation facing off in the ACC title game. I think we're going to have to watch this one. I'm going to bet you we get absolutely demolished, though. It's time for the ACC championship game. Stanford versus Clemson. I really don't have a lot of faith in this one, honestly. They're probably a better team than us. We're actually going to watch this one, which is something I don't normally do because I know I'm going to get blown out. Okay. 92 overall. We are going to get blown out. But maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to pull off an upset with Elijah Brown. Either way, we should make our way into the college football playoffs. I just would love to add an ACC title onto the trophy case here for us this year at Stanford. I mean, our only loss so far was the OT game to Louisville, that 3-point game, and if we keep up the momentum, maybe we'll be able to keep going. So far, we've only lost one game. Here's Clemson. They're ranked number 1 in the nation. They were in the championship game last year against us. Against Oregon. They did lose 38-3. So we're going to roll out here and hope that Elijah Brown can pull off a miracle for us as we'll get right into the Super Sim and see what we got.
Taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the...
So we get underway with the kickoff. We're going to start with the ball here. Getting the ball, going to return it. Only down to about the 22-yard line, but that's a good start, I guess. We get to start with the ball. Elijah Brown's going to come out here. Look at how good he has been this season. 438 yards per game, most of it coming passing. I'm hoping that what we can see is a consistent performance here. I do want to watch the first play before we get into the Super Sim, just to see if we, throw a pick to start it off. Oh, with the option, Elijah Brown to the outside, runs past the runner, jukes to the outside, and he gets out. 18-yard rush. So, as we get into it, can we move down the field? We get a nice couple plays here. 2-yard rush from Jalen Moss. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 3 here. I'm going to skip the moments. I just put it on play the moment so that I could jump in to watch. Ashton Hampton gets a penalty. So we are moving down 1st and goal. Are we going to be able to score first from the 9-yard line? 2-yard rush for Cole Tab on 3rd and goal now after another 2-yard rush. And then as we get in, 6-yard touchdown, Elijah Brown to Sam Roush. We take the lead early here against Clemson. I love to start it. Now, can we hold them? Our defense has not been good this year. Well, I mean, it's not a good defense. It's been good this year, but it's not a good defense. If we can hold off Clemson, it's 3rd and 13 as we get a good start to that. And we stop them. They get a 0-yard catch. They're going to have to punt it, and we're going to get the ball back right here in the first with a good punt return. Bad punt return. What am I talking about? We are on the 8 to start, coming out of our own red zone. Incomplete from Elijah Brown means we're going to have to punt it right back to him, and that is going to be a 57-yard punt. 18-yard return for Tyler Brown makes it 1st and 10 on the 48. They're moving down to the 43, 3rd and 3 here as Ethan Vasco can't get in, and a sack by Harvey Dubs makes it 4th and 9 as they're going to have to punt it right back to us. We get the ball back, it looks like on the 10 this time. 2-yard rush from Cole Tab. I want to see Elijah Brown do more passing here if he can throw it to receivers and not the ground. 2 incompletes. I got what I wanted, but we didn't complete any of those passes. Another punt, as we are probably going to end the first here with a 7-0 lead if we can hold them off in the next 30 seconds. A big sack by Harvey Dubs on 3rd down here in the first quarter. Oh, of course. Big touchdown pass, breaks past the defense, 7-7 at the end of the first. So, when I look at this, I think we're in a good spot to still win. I just need to see some completions. Clemson's defense showed up after the first drive, but we had a really good first drive, so that gave us a chance to be in this game, something I didn't necessarily think we'd be able to do. 10-yard catch to Cedric Irvin. Just not a whole lot of catches from our receiving core to start off this game. Especially if Brown is throwing a lot of incompletes, a lot of thrown away, a lot of pressure coming from the Clemson defense. As we are marching down the field, big pass to Cedric Irvin. We are going to be in the red zone on the 11-yard line. 4-yard rush for Cole Tab brings us to the 7. 2-yard rush brings us to the 5 for 3rd and 4. Can we get in on this one? 4th and 4 as it's dropped by Jackson Harris. We are going to kick the field goal and make it up 10-7 in the second. Kickoff. One good thing about having the play the moments on is it actually pauses that for a second, so I know when it's 3rd down, because the game has always been a little bit buggy. Madden's a little worse than college football, but it is a little bit buggy in the Super Sim and sometimes has automatic scores, so it's nice to see where we're technically at. As Jay Haynes gets a couple runs, not for much, but they do get the first down after a pass to Marcus Hickson. Another 5-yard reception for Jay Haynes as they are marching down the field, but Vasco throws the ball away. On 3rd down here, 3rd and 5, we get the stop for an incomplete pass, probably forcing another punt. Touchback for us, which is actually probably better because we've been stuck inside the 20 twice. Avion Terrell deflects the pass, another thrown away pass from Elijah Brown, and another drop now by Cedric Irvin. We haven't thrown it to like any of our receivers so far to start this game. Besides like the first drive where it was actually thrown to Tiger Backmeyer. In this one, another sack, Braden Marceau Oliyenka. I don't know. I give up. Sheldon Lewis punts it. 2-minute drill here in the second quarter. We are up 10. Ooh, not good. We get a safety. 10-9. Cole Tab gets tackled in the backfield. I don't like that. He wants to leave. Don't leave. Sack for Harvey Dubs. That's 3 on the day for Harvey Dubs. We are up and 4th and 16. Our defense has shown up so far. I just need the offense to show up. 49 seconds. Can we get down the field? Elijah Brown throws a 15-yard pass to Jalen Moss, but incomplete on the next pass. Another incompletion with 11 seconds left. 1st and 10. 15-yard pass to Tiger Backmeyer. Let's jump in, actually. We're going to say play the moment, but what I'm actually going to do is we're going to go back into Super Sim and we're going to watch the field goal and see if we can get the field goal from Austin Seidler. Nope. Nope. It just did it anyways, so. All right, we'll just keep jumping to the next play. All right, 10-9, we don't kick the field goal. Well, the timer ran out in the end of that half because we didn't call timeout. 4th and 4, they get an incompletion right there. That is going to give us another punt, hopefully, unless they kick the field goal. Another punt, 10-9 here in the third. It's a good game. It's close. It's a very defensive game, but a big pass from Jackson Harris brings us down to the 46, getting out of there, back, out of the red zone finally. Elijah Brown with an incomplete pass on the next play. And another big pass to Sam Roush. We are finally on their side of the field. And a 3-yard rush from Cole Tab. Can we get into field goal range for Austin Seidler? Another catch from Sam Roush makes it 3rd and 1 on the 28. And we get a first down with a 5-yard rush from Cole Tab down to the 19. I don't know how that's 5 yards, but okay. That must have been a pass interference. We're down to the 3 on 1st and goal. We had an incomplete pass. On 2nd and goal, what are we going to get? 3-yard touchdown. Elijah Brown to Sam Roush. 2 touchdowns to Sam Roush so far this game. We kick the extra point, going up 17-9. We are beating the number 1 team in the nation in Clemson here in the ACC title game with 1 minute left in the third. Can we hold off? Can this defense continue to perform? Or are they going to start throwing the ball down the field? Marcus Dixon gets a 16-yard reception. 2 quick plays in a row. Vasco gets a nice 3-yard rush to get a first down there to the 43. Looks like Clemson is marching here. 1st and 10 on the 43. Big pass to Tyler Brown. Scores the 43-yard touchdown to make it 17-15. That's 2 touchdowns they've had at the end of quarters. And we didn't score at the end of our quarter when we had the ball. Are they going to go for 2? They must have and didn't complete it. So we are up 17-15 here with the ball in the 4th. Couple plays later, 3rd and 3 on the 32. 2-yard rush makes it 4th and 1 on the 34. I don't know if we're going to go for it or if we're just going to punt. We're going to make the punt, giving Clemson the ball here with 8 minutes left in the 4th. Vasco throws the ball away. A sack from Harvey Dubs. That's 4 sacks on the day for the middle linebacker, Harvey Dubs. That's crazy game from him. 2-yard rush from Ethan Vasco. Harvey Dubs is the savior of the ACC championship game. Only a 40-yard punt gives us the ball back on their side of the field, plus the 13-yard return from Cole Tabb. It is 17-15. Elijah Brown throws the ball away. We are on the 49-yard line. The question is, can he continue? Yes, he can! Jalen Moss, 49-yard touchdown. We are up 23-15. Kick the extra point. Seidler, 5-yard penalty on the offense on the field goal attempt. But he does get it 24-15 with 6:46 left in the game. Are we going to be able to hold on to this? We have been dominant so far here against Clemson, but I don't want to hold them out because they are the top team in the nation for a reason. Antonio Williams with a 14-yard catch. 8-yard reception from Tyler Brown. 3-yard rush from Jay Haynes. Now, they're a big play team, so I'm expecting a touchdown from 40 yards any second now. But an incomplete pass is not a touchdown. Thrown away from Vasco. But we get a defensive, probably pass interference, 15-yard penalty, brings them down to the 11. They're going to be an easy scoring position. 11-yard touchdown to Marcus Dixon means that it is a 24-21 game. Make that 24-22 after the extra point. 5 minutes left in this game. We need to go down and score again or run the clock out. Elijah Brown with a 2-yard rush. 2 yards is not enough, but 12 yards is. Sam Roush gets a first down to the 39. I want to see that clock roll down, and a 15-yard penalty against Jordan Ross makes it the 44-yard line, 1st and 10. 23-yard rush from Elijah Brown brings us to the 21. We are in the red zone after a 2-yard rush, 2nd and 8. Just need to get in and hold on to field goal range. It is 2:32 left in the game. I don't want to have it a field goal, but incomplete pass from Elijah Brown makes it 4th and 5. Seidler's going to have to make the field goal. 27-22 with 2:22 left in the game for Clemson. 27-22. Incomplete pass from Ethan Vasco on the 25-yard line. There's 2:06 left. With the next play. Oh, advance. A sack from Staples gets a 6-yard loss. Makes it 2nd and 16 on the 149. Our defense has showed up today. 3-yard rush from Vasco makes it 3rd and 13 with a minute and a half left. An incomplete pass. It's going to come down to this. I'm going to have to change this speed to slow, not fast. That's the wrong way. We're going to watch this next one, and maybe we're going to stop them right here. 4th and 13. This is for the ACC title game. Can we get another stop? With the drops back, Vasco throws the ball over the middle. Incomplete pass. Stanford's going to take the ball back here in the ACC title game, up 27-22 as we look at our chance to win the ACC title here in 2026 after only winning the Pop-Tarts Bowl last year. 4-yard rush, they're going to use their timeouts. If we get a field goal, it's still an 8-point game. Incomplete pass as he doesn't use that last timeout. I just need the field goal from Seidler. He does get it, so it's an 8-point game. It's not over. I got a little over-eager. It is not over. Clemson has the ball. Interception! Brandon Nicholson! It doesn't matter. Stanford is winning the ACC title game. Elijah Brown kneels. We are going to be advancing to the college football playoff as the #1 team in the nation. Stanford out of nowhere. Preseason projections just screw the analysts. We're better. Elijah Brown, 3 touchdowns on the day, 264 yards. The sophomore quarterback, he's better than Brock Purdy. Who needs Brock Purdy? Bring up Elijah Brown right now. We are going to the college football playoff as the #1 team in the nation with Stanford. Let's go hold up that trophy. I want to see Brown hold it up. Give it to me. Nah, we're going to walk off the field? Come on, give me the trophy. No trophy celebration? I don't play college football enough. Look at the celebration, ACC champions. We are going to be the #1 team in the nation after the ACC title game. Let's just hit advance. I want to see that #1 ranking next to the S for the Stanford Cardinals. Will we be able to do it? Georgia Laka commits. We get a center. We do miss. Oh, I missed out on Moffitt. I had him way ahead of Alabama, but we have the number 1 ranking going into this. We also lost Hopper too. Man, we were way ahead of these teams and we didn't get it. That's crazy that they didn't commit to us. But okay, we are going to be advancing to the college football playoff. Harvey Dubs, 6 total tackles, 1 TFL. It doesn't show the 4 sacks that he had on the day as well. But 2 touchdowns from Sam Roush gives them the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. We are going to be the number 1 seed taking on, oh, of course, it's Oregon. Entering the month of December, we'll find that we are 6-6 with the San Francisco 49ers. They've got 4 more weeks left. This is actually enough to be the 7 seed right now in the NFC. Shows you just how bad the NFC is. But I do want to see us win these other games. It'd be nice to have the, World Series from the Giants, be the number 1 seed with Stanford, and make it to the playoffs with the 49ers. But we're going to have to beat a couple teams in order to do so. So can we take down Jacksonville? That is going to be very important for us to win this game here against another 6-6 team. But we cannot. This team is just still underperforming. We are an 86 overall, 88 offense, 84 defense, and we probably got to win out to make the playoffs. But even if we don't win, this is a not bad thing. Mikel Williams on a dev trait scenario would be very, very useful to have. Let's hope that he actually can get it. I would love to see him get a star dev because we could use that from the opposite side of Nick Bosa, who I don't think has been very good once again. At the end of the month of December, the Golden State Warriors are 22-11, still sitting at the 3 seed, but it hasn't been a great season. I mean, we're relying on a broken-nosed Steph Curry to kind of produce anything for us, but it's been all right. We're just not really that good of a team. We can be honest with that. We should not be 22-11. We are a little lucky, but I really don't have anything I can do to fix this roster. We just kind of got to wait for Jimmy Butler to be off contract. I'm not going to re-sign him. He wants to, but I'm not going to re-sign him. I don't know if he got it. This happened with McMillan too. Exact same text, in fact. Conversation. Oh, it doesn't matter. We got it. I think we're once again going to have to get pretty lucky to make it to the playoffs. We are 8-8, and we are 1 game behind the Rams and tied with Seattle without the tiebreaker. So we kind of have to win our division to be able to make it. I think that means the Rams have to lose, and I don't know who plays today. Please don't be the Rams against the Seahawks. It's not. Rams play the Colts, and Seattle plays Chicago, who's 12-4. If both of them lose, maybe we have a shot, especially if we win. Can we beat Houston and make it to the playoffs once again as a back? Nope. Nope, we cannot. We won, but it looks like somebody else made it. Was it Seattle? Was it? It was the Rams. They won because they are the 3 seed. They won their game. So we miss out on the playoffs going 9-8 with the 49ers. On the season, Brock Purdy ended up with 3,700 yards, 32 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions. Not a great season from him, but I think it's better than he was last year. Now, that was due to injury a little bit last year, but still not necessarily great for a $265 million quarterback. Christian McCaffrey did end up with 1,100 yards and 8 touchdowns. I'll take that. 4.5 yards per carry. I'd hope I'd see a little bit more out of him, but it's okay. When you have a 99 overall quarterback like running back like McCaffrey, you'd hope that he'd be able to produce at a high level consistently, and I'm not seeing that from him. Receiving, Ayuk, no guys over 1,000 yards, but Ayuk does have 984 and 15 touchdowns, but Jennings with 948 and 5, Kittle with 675, Pearsall with 489 and 1. McCaffrey does have almost 400 yards and 6 touchdowns. A little disappointed Jose Jackson didn't get more snaps. Knowing that we weren't going to keep Juwan Jennings, maybe I should have swapped them out because I'm not going to re-sign Juwan Jennings, but it'll do. I mean, when you're going for the playoff spot, you want to put the best guy in a position to play, and Juwan Jennings is better than Jose Jackson, but still, maybe would have been better to move to Jose Jackson. Defensively, we're still bad. 129 tackles from Fred Warner. Nick Bosa does end with 12.5 sacks. He must have played really well the last couple of weeks because he had 5.5 at week 13. And Ended up getting a lot of production near the back half of the season, and we had a lot of, interceptions. Fred Warner, really good season for him. 129 tackles, 6 TFLs, 2 sacks, and 5 interceptions. And our cornerback room was pretty good too. It's not necessarily great, but it was pretty good. We did force turnovers, but outside of Bosa, we didn't get really any defensive pressure. And we were one of the worst defenses in the league again. So we're going to make a scheme change going into next year, make some adjustments, and hopefully that'll help. We do have another star development edge rusher, Michael Williams, now on the opposite side of Bosa. And the hope is that that'll help get the extra production, because he did only get 3 sacks, though, on the season. Your passing leaders on the season was Josh Allen with 4,500 yards on the year, beating out Joe Burrow with 4,400. The touchdown leader is going to be Jordan Love with 45 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Really good season from Jordan Love to have that much offensive production, just over Mahomes and Goff. When it comes to rushing, 1,300 yards and 13 touchdowns from Kenneth Walker leads the way in the NFL, and touchdown leader is going to be Lamar Jackson with 20, because he is ridiculous. When it comes down to it, I think that means he ends up with, so that's 20 touchdowns on top of 27. Okay, so he ends with 47 touchdowns. No crazy season like you normally see out of Hurts. When it comes to receiving, Jamar Chase, 1,822 yards and 10 touchdowns on the season. Led the way in the NFL, and 20 touchdowns for Wan'Dale Robinson was the most in the NFL. Wan'Dale Robinson. What overall is he? 87 overall from Wan'Dale. Okay, all right. Watch Wan'Dale Robinson, I guess, for progression. Really, really good season from him. I'll actually have to check. I can't remember what the record is, but that's going to be close to it. I don't think it is the record. I think it's near the top. Oh my God, great season from Batonio. Defensively, leaders, tackles was Devin Lloyd, as well as Henry 20202. 202. Okay, that's his name. I can't pronounce it. I apologize. Leads the way, tied at 133. When it comes to sacks, your leader was Max Crosby with 17.5 sacks. Bren Monk, the rookie, with 16 sacks for the Cardinals. Crazy season there. And your interception leader, Marlon Humphrey, with 8 on the year. Heisman Trophy winners, John Mateer, 48 touchdowns, 4 interceptions for Washington State. Do we get any award winners on our end? Sam Roush wins Best Tight End of the Year, 621 yards and 5 touchdowns for the tight end. That's good to see. We got D-Back of the Year from Frosto Ramos with 4 picks and 59 tackles. That's not even really that great of a season, but I'll take it. We end up getting 2 awards going into the college football playoff. At the end of the season before the college football playoff, Elijah Brown ends with 2,900 yards, 33 touchdowns, and 7 picks. Nowhere close to the Heisman contenders, but still really, really good for a sophomore quarterback who was very, very productive for us this year and has led us to the number 1 seed. On top of a really good offense just in general, 779 yards from Cole Tab and 5 touchdowns is pretty good. Would still like to see a little bit more, but for splitting the backfield between 3 guys with Irvin and Jalen Moss getting touches, that's pretty good too. Receiving leaders was Jackson Harris, who's 736 and 15 touchdowns on the year. He does have a deal breaker, but I would doubt that he would leave. Being from the area, knowing that we are a contender. 662 from Tiger Backmeyer, 621 and 5 from the tight end of the year, Sam Roush, and 556 and 6 from Jalen Moss as well. Defensively is where I think we had some crazy production. 78 tackles from Matt Rose led the way for us, and we had 2 guys with 10.5 sacks, Omar Staples and Harvey Dubs, who was dominant in... He's a freshman? What scale is he? What is he? 3-star freshman? 10.5 sacks for a 3-star freshman middle linebacker. Led the way there. And we had the DB of the year from Deshaun Frosto Ramos. Only 4 picks, so it's kind of crazy to me that he got it. But I guess with the 8 deflections on top of that, forced fumble recoveries, was really good. Ends up being phenomenal. We have a lot of production from our defense this year, which is honestly surprising. I know that the defense is good, but I didn't think it was going to be kind of the reason we won these games. The passing leader was Jake Strong at Texas Tech with 4,200 yards on the season. Led the way there. And then touchdowns leader, that's going to be Mateer with 48. Vasco, who we did beat there at that last game, 44 touchdowns. So really good for us from, but John Mateer leads the way there. When it comes to rushing, leader was Bill Davis of the Raging Cajuns with 1259 and 9. Your touchdown leader in rushing is Jalen Buckley at Michigan with 17. When it comes to receiving, your leader in receiving yards is Dominique Henry, senior wide receiver out of FAU. 86 overall, ends up doing really, really well this season. And your touchdown leader, Tony Freeman from Washington State, got a lot of those catches from John Mateer. When it comes to defensive stats, know that these are a little bit always messed up. I'm going to have to jump a little bit around. Tackles leader, according to this, is Ja'Cory Stewart. Sacks leader is, that's not right. Let's just go take a look at individual divisions. Booker Pickett leads the way there, 9.5, 11.5 from DePepe. And then Will Helt leads the way in the Big Ten, 15.5 with Blake Purchase. So yeah, it's never perfect. So the national rankings, I wish it had more people on it so that it would actually be more accurate. Interception leader, according to this, is Jacoby Henderson, who is probably not the actual interception leader. Let's go to the Big Ten. Oh, maybe he is. Maybe he is. Okay. But no league leaders for us, but at least we had 2 award winners and the number 1 seed waiting on the winner of Oregon. And it's probably just going to be Oregon. I'm just going to say that. It's going to be Oregon. And what? Even if it's not, it's Washington State. Oregon and Washington State. Who are we going to play? Let's just advance and see what West Coast team are we going to have to play in the college football playoff. We are going to be playing against Oregon. I did just look at this. We dominated. The best DB, we had number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 6. So, DBU is Stanford? And so here we are in the Orange Bowl. I think because I don't want to jump in and watch potentially 3 games, I'm okay with 2. It's similar to what I do in the MLB, where I only watch 2 games at most. If we make it do game 6, I don't watch game 5. Because I only want to watch 2, we're just going to sim this one and hope that we can beat Oregon. Let's see what we can do. Simming to the next week. Will we take out Oregon? Alfonso reaches top 3 schools. We're 13-1. We beat Oregon. Who are we playing next? We won the Orange Bowl. Another defensive player of the week for Dubs. 91 yards and 2 touchdowns from Jackson Harris. We have UAB. Not only did we win, we won in dominating fashion over Oregon. 34-10, 338 yards there, 249 of offense. Only 1 touchdown from Dante Moore, while we had 2 and 1 from Elijah Brown, and both of those went to Jackson Harris. If he wants to transfer, he's not allowed. He's not allowed. Good defense from us. We got a bunch of sacks again. Just a good pass rush, I guess, for us here at Stanford. We are playing UAB, and on the other side, it's LSU versus USC. So, the lowest seed possible has advanced. Can we beat them? I think they must have beat Tulane or something like that, because Tulane was supposed to be up here, and UAB was nowhere near being in. I think they're the same conference too, so they must have beat Tulane. But yeah, let's see if we can take out UAB and advance to the national championship game.
Welcome everybody to New Orleans and the iconic Caesars Superdome, the long-term home of the All-State Sugar Bowl, which this year, of course, is part of the college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage, one last hurdle to clear before that national championship game. And today we're going to find out who's got the toughness and the depth to continue their drive and keep championship dreams alive. As we'll see the number 12 seed in this playoff, the UAB Blazers, taking on the top-seeded team in the playoff, the Stanford Cardinal. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined by Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff semifinal. Which team will keep their national championship hopes alive today?
So here we are on the way in the semifinals of the college football playoff against UAB. We're starting with the ball here. Russ Waitman takes the ball off in a 15-yard catch to Arliss Boardingham to start it off. Can we just march down the field? Let's just make it a dominating win over UAB. 4-yard rush from Cole Tabb gets us another couple yards. 5-yard reception to Jalen Moss makes it 3rd and 2 on the 48. 2-yard rush, first down to the 50. Couple incompletions knocked away by Kelvin Hill, and an injury by Chris Bracey out on the field makes it 3rd and 10 on the 50-yard line. 10-yard catch from Jalen Moss makes it 4th and inches. I would love for us to run the ball in here and just take the first down instead of punting it. Nope, we just take the field goal. Oh, he missed it. Missed the field goal. UAB is going to get the ball back 0-0 here in the first. 3-yard rush from Jalen Kitna, maybe son of John Kitna. 3-yard rush makes it 3rd and 4. And a 4th and 1, they probably are going to punt it, I would think. Here, touchback from George Ball. We get the ball back here on the 20. Elijah Brown with a pass thrown away, incomplete on the 20-yard line. Another incomplete from Elijah Brown makes it 3rd and 10. And another incomplete from Elijah Brown makes it 4th and 10, forcing us to punt here. Right back, a poor punt. Gives them the ball right back, pretty close. They're going to be in scoring range here. Please don't let us lose to UAB. 2nd and 8 as Jalen Kitna rushes for 2. A negative 2-yard rush now for Jalen Kitna. Makes it 3rd and 11. This must be an option team. 14-yard reception to Corey Milner. Puts them on the 25. Negative 3-yard rush from Jamarian Wilcox. Another 3-yard rush from Milner. And 1st and goal as Kitner throws it to Cam Shanks down to the 4-yard line. They score a touchdown to Jack Nickel. Sadly, we weren't able to score on that first drive. Really should have just went for it on 4th and inches, I think. But down 7-0 here in the first, and we still got a long ways to go. 3-yard rush from Elijah Brown. 3-yard rush from Cole Tabb. 10-yard reception to Tiger Backmeyer makes it 1st and 10 onto the 40. 4-yard catch to Benji Blackburn. As the end of the first quarter, we are down 7-0 here in the semifinals. Sack. Elijah Brown goes down to Derek Shepard. It means it's 2nd and 17 here. Next was only a 3-yard rush from Elijah Brown to make it 3rd and 14. 14-yard catch to Sam Roush puts us on the 15-yard line in scoring position. And a 15-yard rushing touchdown from Cole Tabb is going to tie the game up here at 7. 8:50 left in the game. Can we continue? Walter Childress touches the ball back. 5-yard rush from Lee Beebe. And then a 3-yard rush from Lee Beebe. And then a 3-yard rush from Lee Beebe. And then a 5-yard penalty against Jashon Froster Ramos, the defensive back of the year. I'm not going to go that much. I feel like that's going to be annoying if I do that. So we're going to keep going. We'll move a little quicker here in the second, as this is a pretty stagnant game so far, it looks like. But they get a first down as soon as I say that, so stop jinxing myself, please. But UAB is just kind of moving down the field. I think we've got a really good pass rush, but they must be an option-based team, meaning we are going to struggle defensively to stop this team just because it's not necessarily good for us. Oh, I saw we just had an injury, and it's 4th and inches. Please kick the field goal. Nope. He throws the touchdown pass to Milner, and Marsu Oleinka is injured on the play. I think that's 2 injuries already in this game for us, and that means we're going to be down a little bit short-handed. I need to see us come back here in the second. Let this offense wake up. I mean, we're playing UAB. We beat Oregon. We beat Clemson. We should be really, really good here. I don't know why we're seeing some struggles. Elijah Brown is throwing a lot of incomplete passes, but we're marching down the field now. Sam Roush with a big catch. 17 yards, puts us under the 25. Sack. Chris Burge sacks Elijah Brown for an 8-yard loss, but we get 11 yards back to Tiger Backmeyer. 4th and 8 after an incomplete pass. That should be a field goal. And Seidler makes the field goal, making it 14-10 with 1 minute left here in this first half. They returned it and got a 25-yard reception down to the 50-yard line. I'm stumbling over my words with the amount of people there. Another 29-yard catch. They're just dicing us up. Corey Milner with the drop. Another big pass. Injury. They kicked the field goal to make it 17-10 at half. We're going to kick the ball off. UAB's got the lead here going into the second half of the semifinals in the Sugar Bowl. I really hope we can pull this off because I think this is our best chance to win a national title because Stanford is not supposed to be that competitive. We finally force a punt and are going to be able to get a stop, but a 10-yard penalty on Alan Thomason is going to hurt. 3-yard rush from Elijah Brown. 3 yards is not enough, guys. 31 is. Cole Tab gets us down to the 47. 3-yard rush from Cole Tab. And then we continue, get only 3 yards. This is 3rd and 5. 4th and 5 from the incomplete pass. Elijah Brown is struggling in this game. We punt the ball off, and we get them down to the 3. 3-yard rush from Lee Beebe. 3-yard rush makes it 3rd and 4. 4th and 1. They should probably punt here. They punt. We get the ball back. It's 17-10. We have the ball. Big pass to Jalen Moss. 32-yard touchdown is going to tie the game. If Seidler makes the field goal, he does. 17-17 here in the Sugar Bowl in the semifinals to make it to the college football playoffs. So we just need to take out UAB to advance and maybe see USC or LSU. First, let's get this victory. We stop them right there. 4th and 5. It's going to force another punt. We get the ball back on the short punt. Pass knocked away. We are still in decent range, and we just need to get a couple more yards. Elijah Brown with a 33-yard rush to bring us to 35. A defensive penalty puts us down to the 20. Pass dropped from Jalen Moss on the 20-yard line. Another incomplete from Elijah Brown. And a 0-yard rush from Elijah Brown is going to force the field goal, and Seidler makes it. We get a nice 37-yard field goal to take our first lead of the game. 20-17 here in the 3rd. Kitna is going to move down. I think they're going to move to passing a little bit more, and it's going to hurt us because we were stopping them before. But a big sack from Harvey Dubs makes it 4th and 7. The freshman middle linebacker makes it 11.5 sacks on the season. 20-17. Elijah Brown pass is thrown away. And thrown away. Dude, throw it to a receiver. Elijah Brown. Throw it to a receiver. We have been on your back all season. He's going to have to punt the ball away because he's just not doing anything here in this game. Kitna throws the ball away. Another thrown away from Kitna. And a 17-yard pass to Corey Milner. Another 15-yard pass to Joshua Jackson. Pass dropped by Jack Nickel. Thrown away from Kitna. 3rd and 10. But another first down to Cam Shanks. 35-yard rush from Kitna puts him on the 5-yard line. They're going to score a touchdown to Amari Thomas to take the lead right back. I need Elijah Brown to throw a completed pass. Just a completed pass in this 4th quarter. Thank you. Okay. Now please throw another. I didn't mean that. 20-yard reception. 2-yard rush from Cole Tab. Sacked by by Daniel Harris. 6-yard loss. 3rd and 14. But a big 14-yard gain from San Roush makes it 1st and 10. 15-yard catch to Jalen Moss makes it 1st and 10 on the 20. 5-yard rush from Cole Tab, 2nd and 5 on the 15. With 5 minutes left, a 7-yard penalty on Emmanuel Waller will make it 1st and goal on the 7-yard line. 3-yard rush from Cole Tab down to the 4. And a 4-yard rush from Cole Tab makes it a 3-point game. If we make the extra point, which I believe in Seidler to do, we do. We are up by 3 points with 5.5 minutes left here in the 4th against UAB in the Sugar Bowl. Kitna throws an incomplete pass to start off the drive. But a 25-yard catch to Cam Shanks puts them onto the 50 as I think they're going to dice right through us. 3-yard rush for Lee Beebe Jr. Another 3-yard rush makes it 3rd and 5. Chance for a stop. 4th and 1 on the 41. And a field goal is missed. We are up 27-24 thanks to the missed field goal by Jonah Delange. 3:56 here as a... Why are we passing? Incomplete pass from Elijah Brown. 33-yard rush from Elijah Brown gives us to the 26. We are in field goal range with that. 16-yard catch to Tiger Backmeyer makes it a 10-yard line. We do get a negative 2-yard rush from Cedric Irvin. 1:49 left in the game. We're on the 12-yard line. Okay, it was the same play. When it comes down to it, another 2-yard rush from Cole Tab down to the 10, 3rd and goal. 10-yard touchdown. Elijah Brown passes it to Jalen Moss to take a 2-score lead here with 1:35 left in the 4th. They are going to kick the ball off, and we're going to see if we can do it. It's a great return, but a sack from Harvey Dubs against Jalen Kitna makes it 2nd and 15. 6-yard reception to Lee Beebe. 5-yard reception makes it 4th and 4. And an incomplete pass is going to give us the ball and the chance to kneel it out as Elijah Brown kneels. And we are going to be going to the national championship game here in 2026, taking out the underdog, the Cinderella story UAB. Number 1 Stanford has won pretty much every game this season. It is a shock. That was a terrible game from Elijah Brown, but we are able to still succeed, overcome a bad game from our sophomore quarterback as we are advancing to play the winner of LSU and USC here in the Natty this year in 2026.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here.
Semi-final playoff game winner. We win the Sugar Bowl, and we are going to play. And let's see who we have, USC or LSU here in the Natty. I want to see it. We are playing against Harvey Dubs. Player of the week again. The freshman middle linebacker. With another defensive player of the week on the 2 sacks. Cole Tab with 108 yards and 2 touchdowns. Just show me who we play. USC. It is a California national championship. The number 1 Stanford Cardinals versus the number 2 USC Trojans.
Welcome everyone to the ultimate game in the college football season. Everything has built to this, the battle for the national championship and college football immortality, a moment that every young football player grows up dreaming about. And it almost feels like we were destined to get to this point. The top 2 seeds of the college football playoff have survived. They've been on a collision course all season long. They've come through the challenges and the distractions, and now they'll fight for that beautiful trophy. As we'll see the number 2 seed in this playoff, the USC Trojans, taking on a team from the ACC, the Stanford Cardinal. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit, and this is it.
Here we go in the national championship game, USC versus Stanford, 14-1 and 14-1. This is going to be big. I really hope that we can do it because I don't know if I'm going to get another shot like this. It is hard to make the national championship game in college football, and especially with a team like Stanford, who are going to be underdogs the whole time. We force a 3-and-out on the first drive, going to get the punt and going to get the ball back. I just want to see us go score. Ooh, that was a great punt. 5-yard rush onto the 5-yard line. 16-yard pass to Jackson Harris gets us down to the 21. Can we just take a huge lead, please, and just win the game? That's what I want. I don't want this to be close. Please don't give me a close game. 3rd and 9. Good pass to Jackson Harris. Forces another 1st and 10 to the 38. 5-yard rush from Cole Tab brings us to the 43. Interception by Desmond Stevens II is going to give USC the ball back. It's the first pick we've seen from Elijah Brown so far in these. And a big 32-yard rush from Quentin Joyner brings him down to the 8. 3-yard rush from Quentin Joyner brings him to the 5. They're probably going to score here. 2-yard rush from Ridley Brown makes it 3rd and goal. 4th and goal down to the 1. Maybe we can get the stop. They kicked the field goal. Okay. Hey, we'll take it. They kicked the field goal. We didn't get a touchdown off of it after getting the interception. So I need Elijah Brown to go down. Ooh, okay, all right. Big sack to start that off. Don't like that. 2nd and 19. 2-yard reception to Cole Tab on the little check down and an incomplete pass. We're going to have to punt. We are out of our depth here against USC. 45-yard line. They're going to start with a 4-yard rush from Jaden Maiva. 2-yard rush from Quentin Joyner to make it 3rd and 4. 1st and 10 after the pass to Quentin Joyner makes it to the 37-yard line. Incomplete pass by Jaden Maiva. And 2nd and 10. A pass to Jack Endries makes it 3rd and 10 under the 37-yard line and incomplete. We're going to force another field goal, hopefully. I think they missed it because we got the ball back here. 1st and 10 on the 37. It's 3-0, and we should be down by a lot more as we get a 4-yard rush from Tab and another 4-yard rush from Tab to make it 3rd and 2. 2-yard rush makes it 4th and inches. Just go for it, guys. Just go for it. Nope, we punt. Our punter is terrible. 3rd yard rush from Quentin Joyner makes it 2nd and 7. Another 1st and 10 after pass to Jack Endries. 2nd and 6 after another 4-yard rush from Quentin Joyner. 3rd and inches to a pass to Jacoby Lane. And a 38-yard rush from Jaden Maiva scores the touchdown. We go down 9, now 10 to nothing. In the second, I need to see some offense, guys. A big pass to Arliss Boardingham makes it to the 39th yard line. 5-yard rush from Cole Tab. Let the offense please wake up. Never mind. Interception by Isaiah Rubin for 29 yards. Elijah Brown, the spotlights are too bright for him here in the national championship game. We are down 16 to nothing, 17 nothing in this blowout. Kickoff to Tyler Robles. I'm not very, I don't know if we're going to be able to turn this around. Cole Tab with 2 4-yard rushes. Penalty against the defense brings us to the 45. 5-yard penalty against our offense makes it 1st and 15. 2nd and 12 here. We need to see some scores here or we are going to drown quickly. Jackson Harris with the 15-yard reception. Another 15-yard reception from Tiger Backmeyer brings us to the 13. And down 1st and goal after Jackson Harris gets there. 1-yard rush from Irwin down to the 1. And a 1-yard touchdown to Tiger Backmeyer means we do get some points on the board here as Seidler kicks the extra point to make it 17 to 7. We need some turnovers. We need some sacks. I need Dubs to show up here for us to really get a shot. 1-yard rush from Joyner makes it 2nd and 9. 3rd and 9, and then an 11-yard pass to Joyner makes it 1st and 10. Another 8-yard reception to Zachariah Branch as they are marching. Incomplete pass makes it 3rd and 2. And 4th and 2 after the 0-yard rush. Gonna force the punt here, and we get the ball back here with 58 seconds left in the first half. 4-yard rush from Cedric Irvin. I don't know why we're rushing. Pass the ball. 29-yard rush from Elijah Brown with 12 seconds left. I don't think we're really gonna do anything there. No score with the 58 seconds. We needed to really go for that there. We get the ball back at least here in the start of the second half. Down by 10. It's not something we are completely out of, but I don't have a whole lot of faith with how the offense has been performing. 2 incomplete passes makes it 4th and 9 for the punt to give them the ball back, 17 to 7. Maiva with a 3-yard rush makes it 2nd and 7. Pass knocked away makes it 3rd and 7. I need an interception or a sack. That's not that. That's a 27-yard catch by Jack Endries to advance to the 39-yard line. 5-yard rush from Maiva makes it 2nd and 5. 3rd and 3 after the 1-yard rush. 4th and 3. Forces the punt. We'll get the ball back here. Penalty first on the offense means that now we'll get the ball back. 3-yard rush from Cole Tab on the 39. 1st and 10 as Tiger Backmeyer takes it 21 yards. 24 yards from Cole Tab as we are now down to the 17. But an interception again. Isaiah Rubin with a huge 86-yard interception in the end zone. Ruins another chance to score. They are going to get, actually, nope, that said 86 yards. It was not. That was a touchback. They have the ball here on the 17. 30-yard rush for Quentin Joyner. Interception by Cam Richardson. It's back in our hands here. We have another shot. We turn the ball back in our shot. I need to get a score, though. 3rd and 5. 4th and 2. Please don't just be a field goal. 5-yard rush from Cole Tab. We're playing aggressive. 1st and goal. Jalen Moss gets a 21-yard catch to the 6. 2nd and goal on the 1 for Cedric Irvin. And we score another touchdown. Cedric Irvin makes it 17 to 13, 17 to 14. Cam Richardson coming in clutch to make it a 1-score game here for the USC versus Stanford in the 3rd with 56 seconds left in the 3rd. 16-yard catch for Xavier Jordan as USC is going to try to march down and really choke out the hope that we have, but an incomplete pass might keep us alive as we're going to go into the 4th. 1st and 10. They do get a first down after a 3-yard rush. 2nd and 7 out of the 47. Another 0-yard rush makes it 3rd and 7. But another first down from Jacoby Lane. 6-yard reception to Zachariah Branch. 1st and 10 after Makai Lemon gets another reception. They're marching 2nd and 6 after the rush. We need to get a stop, but that's not going to do it. 1st and goal onto the 8 as Quentin Joyner gets a big catch. And they score a touchdown as Joyner runs it in. I'm really hoping we can keep turning this around. 24-14. We have played spoiler so far, but it hasn't really been doing it. 2 incomplete passes from Elijah Brown. A 3rd one. He is having a terrible day here. He gets the pass, only 8 yards to Bachmeier, gives USC the ball back on the 33. They're probably going to go down and score and really silence us and end it after the incomplete passes. Field goal is good. We are still only down 2 scores with 5 minutes left, but Elijah Brown really has to wake up here. 12-yard pass to Jackson Harris. Incomplete from Elijah Brown, makes it 2nd and 10. A penalty against the offense, and Elijah Brown makes it 2nd and 5. But Jackson Harris gets the catch to make it 3rd and inches. 4th and inches after the ball is knocked away. 1st and 10 thanks to the rush from Coltab. 4 minutes left. 2nd and 10 for us as we have another incomplete pass. Pass knocked away from Cameron Fountain. 3rd and 10. 4th and 17 as Elijah Brown gets sacked. It's going to be all down to this 17-yard pass, but it's not enough. USC gets the ball. We don't cross the line of scrimmage. 27-14. We are going to not be able to pull this out. 4th and 5. I don't have any real faith with 2 minutes left for us to score 2 touchdowns. We would have to do something huge, and I don't think Elijah Brown has it in his bag. 8 yards. With 1:23, we are 2nd and 4, just dinking and dunking. We have to pass the ball down the field. Incomplete pass from Elijah Brown. 12-yard. He's still dinking and dunking. Why are we doing this? Elijah Brown falls apart here in the national playoff or championship game, and we are not going to win the Natty as we are unable to do so. 3 interceptions from Elijah Brown, a bunch of incomplete passes. USC defeats Stanford. We had the shot. We were in the red zone twice for 2 interceptions for him, and that's how it ends. We don't win it, and yeah, that's a way to go out, I guess. But we did make it to the national championship game, which is very, very good for us. Stanford, really, really close. We do get to keep some of our real core players in Harvey Dubs and Elijah Brown. Maybe some experience going into next year will be enough for him to perform, because yeah, he got outplayed in this game. Played really, really poorly, and that's how it ends. USC wins the national championship game over Stanford. Maybe we'll see them back next year, but we're going to need to have a good season. That's a pen. That's some paper. I got a new starting pitcher. I have too many starting pitchers, though. So, also too many, like, $30 million starting pitchers. I paid him a lot of money. I think Freddie Peralta means that we are 1 pitcher too heavy, and I think the guy that makes the most sense to move is going to be Sandy, because as an $11 million deal and an expiring deal at that, I don't really feel like keeping him. And so I'm going to try to get him for, I'm not going to get much back, but we're just going to get a pitching prospect in Gene Dobbins, a closing pitcher, just to fulfill our bullpen, and maybe he'll end up being good, but basically selling off Sandy just so I don't have to pay $11 million to pitcher number 6 or 7 on my roster. Aw, that's sweet. We'll keep Robles for a couple more years. I know we've got guys, but if I can get him for $10 million per year, you got to keep the World Series MVP on the roster. I have no doubt that we're going to be a playoff team, but like, look at the difference between us and the 2 teams above us in our differential. Like, we are barely performing. We're really lucky. We're winning a lot of close games for us. We are one of the worst offensive teams in the league. And thankfully one of the best defensive teams in the league. I need more offense, and I have no assets to move, like nothing. I want to sell, but what do I sell? I came up with something, but I didn't think it was going to be accepted. I was honestly trying to just play around. Let me show you what I actually did. It's probably not good, but it gives me more offense. The only team that actually had money that we could maneuver around were the Kings. And they had Klay Thompson. I thought it just made sense. Let's just bring him back. And then DeMar DeRozan can be the offense that Jimmy's not providing. Honestly, I think we're going to get more production out of DeMar than we would out of Jimmy. We did have to get rid of a pick swap, but I'm okay with that. And Josh Green, who wasn't playing for Valanciunas. I'm going to do another trades around the margins now because I have too many guys. You know what? If we're going to be old, let's be old. I swapped Royce O'Neal for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, picked up a couple extra dollars in that on a one-year deal, and we're going to move that combined Valanciunas and KCP into Drew Holiday, age 36, to be a backup point guard for us. So the team is still going to be bad. A playoff team, at least, but it's still going to be bad. But we have Curry, Pons. DeRozan should be a significant improvement over Jimmy Butler offensively. Kuminga is going to move up into the lineup because of that. Bagley has taken the starting job from Oso Ighodaro. And then I'm going to play a cuff over Drew Holiday. And Klay Thompson's not going to play either. But I'd be willing to let either of them get minutes. We have a lot of injuries generally, and it doesn't hurt. You know, bring Klay back into the fold is okay with me. I like to see him here, and that allows us to, let him retire in Golden State instead of in Sacramento. And so he can also help develop Pods and Moody and all that. So that's what we're going to hope for, and hope that this is going to be good enough. Maybe we'll run them in the postseason. Well, we lost Pods again for a second straight season. He broke his leg this time. So Klay's back in the starting lineup. Let's go, Klay Thompson. In the Super Bowl, the Buffalo Bills defeat the Detroit Lions 31-28 here in Super Bowl. Which number is that? I forget. 50, 60? 60. Super Bowl 60. In Super Bowl 61, technically. Because I forget it's not the extra year. The Bills win. Josh Allen gets Super Bowl MVP. Lamar Jackson is the MVP. Head coach of the Bears, Bill Summers, aka Ben Johnson, wins the Coach of the Year. Lamar Jackson wins OPOY. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Max Crosby. Quarterback Denzel Cooper wins Offensive Rookie of the Year for the Steelers, and Ben Monk wins Defensive Rookie of the Year for the Cardinals. For free agency for the 49ers this offseason, I'm not really targeting a whole lot. I'm surprised Kirby Joseph is here, so I'm going to go after him. I don't know if we'll get him, but he's going to be the top guy on my board to get. Otherwise, I really think the guy we're going to try to get is Carson Schlesinger, just knowing that we need outside linebackers, just coverage linebackers, something else. If we have Williams on one side, Bosa on the other, as long as we can get some outside linebackers that are serviceable, that should help this roster. We are going into the draft at pick 16, and where I'm not necessarily certain I'm going to get a guy that I really like for talent for our production, I did find an absolute stud. Just looking at his traits, he was really good. I focused him. I found a top 5 running back in Brandon Windsor, who, if he's available to us at pick 16, I know we have Christian McCaffrey. I feel like I have to take him. That's my top guy on my board. If I look at the rest of my favorites, most of them are later picks. I do like Oscar Lyons. I really want him. Matthew Hurts has some insane physical traits. I don't know who's all going to be here. These are all guys that I just saw with traits that I liked. And we'll see what I can find. I'll have to check on Windsor, what he ended up being. He went pick 8. I just skipped right ahead after he went. The big thing is, looking at my board right here at pick 16, I still don't really know if I like any guys on it. If I were to take a look, the thing is, there's some linemen that are probably good, like, Markel Good here is probably a good offensive lineman. And if I look at physical traits, if I look at left tackle, he's probably a good offensive lineman, has really good physical traits with agility and acceleration. When you look at his skill set, he is very good. But do I really need another left tackle? How long is Trent Williams going to play? That's another question. I'm going to see if I can trade back, acquire another pick for maybe a draft that's a little bit better, and then see if I can get Oscar Lyons, I think, instead, who is really probably my favorite guy that I have here, who's a round 1 talent. I'm just going to take the guys that I like. He didn't have any of these physicals, but he looked pretty good, I think, traits-wise, and actual attributes. So that's a guy who I want in this one. Just A awareness is generally pretty good at middle linebacker. We'll see what we can get otherwise. Oh, that guy. Also, okay, these are some good abilities too. Okay. We'll see. And this is exactly what we're looking for, essentially, to get a future first to drop back down a little bit to pick 30. I'm going to do that. We're going to take this Bengals offer, and then we'll regroup next year. So I'm going to take Oscar Lyons. I do need middle linebacker help after Fred Warner, and I think this will be a good pick here. At pick 32, I moved back again to pick up an extra fifth. And let's see. Maybe he'll end up being really good for us. He is 16th ranked in true value, so we end up getting him. No dev trait, sadly, though. We had a lot of picks in this draft, and it looks like we hit some and we missed some. Oscar Lyons, no dev trait hurts a lot, but at pick 32, I'm not going to complain for 75 overall middle linebacker in the draft. In our second round pick, we got Tamarcus Neighbors, a right end, also normal dev, 73 overall out of Tennessee. He had, good agility, something you don't normally see there. Really good speed from Matthew Hertz. He ends up being a 72, but as an 88 speed middle line or outside linebacker, really liked the coverage traits there. Just no dev trait once again. Then we hit on this guy, Trayvon Reeves, hidden dev out of Notre Dame, a running back I found here in, pretty late here, looking at, I think, late round 3. We hit on that. Another guy we hit on is a run blocking tight end, Spencer Pemberton out of Wisconsin. Just easy to find run blocking tight ends. And we even hit pretty well here on this random receiver, 97 speed. Another just a good, fast receiver that we found late in there. I might change his name to our... We had a wide receiver drafted, so we'll change it to that too, so that we have him. He won't ever play, but that's not bad. I do want to see where Reeves ranks and where Windsor ranks. So let's look at the entire NFL, see what was on the board. When it looks like overall, Windsor was the top guy on the board. Okay, 83 overall, was the best player in the entire class. Halfback ends up going there at pick 83. Jason Watts was also really good. This was the second overall pick, and Reeves was the third best player in the draft. We'll take that. Ends up looking really good for us to get that. Not bad. And I'm curious to see. There's a couple guys we could have got that we might have missed, but not too bad. Looks like Lyons was the best linebacker in the class. Okay. I think we did all right. Could have done better, but I think we did all right. No dev traits hurts, but besides Trayvon Reeves. So we have a backup running back for McCaffrey. It's actually nice because Dylan lines up, 6th round pick, just like Jalen Moss, 6'1". That'll end up being a good replacement. So Jalen Moss will take the name of Nathan Dillon in ours, as we have one guy drafted after going, which actually is pretty good. That means we kept just about everybody. I will say I skipped past it, but we were unable to retain our top receiver this past year. He left in the transfer portal. If you do not recall, I guess he's not on here anymore. He's going to be in the transfer portal. We're gonna be spending some time here in the transfer portal. It's kind of how we got the players that we did. But let's go just organized by team, because we did lose somebody. I'm gonna have to go from the other way around. I forgot his name. He's very good. I just want to show you who it was. Sucks to lose him, but we lost Jackson Harris, 4-star wide receiver. He transfers out due to play style. Which is crazy, because he ended up with like 17 touchdowns in the season, and he's going to leave because our play style didn't fit him. We're going to need to replace him. And despite getting sniped off of a bunch of guys again this year, we end up with the 19th best class in the nation, mostly supported by offensive linemen and 2 good transfers with Pieper and Collins. 8 4-stars, 1 5-star. Should be enough to help propel this team in the good direction that we need to go for trying to run it back. Harvey Dubs was phenomenal for us this past year, and honestly, I really want to invest in him more, but he's near his caps at middle linebacker, and so what I think I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to make him do some position changes just to try to change the caps. Maybe if I move him to left outside linebacker, he'll get a little bit of a slight adjustment, and that should help him grow a little bit more, because otherwise I don't think he's going to grow like at all, which is going to be disappointing after how productive he was for us this past year. He's only going to be a sophomore, and if this is what he maxes out on, that'd be disappointing. I want him to really, really cap out. I'm glad we made the position change. Tab goes up to 92, but Dubs goes up to 91 at right outside linebacker. He is going to be a phenomenal player as a sophomore this upcoming year. Pale doesn't actually move up that much, and Brown doesn't move up that much, which is a little disappointing. I don't know how much room he has to grow ratings-wise. I mean, he's got a cannon. The question is, I guess, can he work on his accuracy this upcoming season, as well as his elusiveness, get a little bit better at breaking sacks, some better awareness so he doesn't throw 3 picks in the national championship. But I think we're in a good spot. It looks like everybody got better. Our team is way better. Mainly our defense is now an 89 overall across the board. Running game is going to be a little bit weaker. Didn't see much progression there, but look at our receiving core. Our 5-star receiver, Raheem Elam, is going to take the place of everybody. He's probably going to be our number 1 guy this year, as we have an entirely new receiving core this year and new tight end core because we don't, all those guys left. We are on this is a brand new team, essentially, when it comes to the offense. The defense is different. We have a pretty good pass rush. Oh, that guy didn't go up at all. And then Collins didn't move either. But the big ones, I guess, Maxwell Richardson up to an 88. Timote Westerman is an 87 as a freshman. And then Dubs is a 91 as a sophomore. We're going to be in a really good spot this year. Victor Wembanyama wins the MVP in the NBA on 23, 10, 4, 2, 1.9. On the season, your Rookie of the Year is Cameron Boozer of the New York Knicks with 17 points per game for him. Also, 6th Man of the Year for the New York Knicks, who got really lucky with essentially, I think, a Washington pick they shouldn't have, but whatever. Victor Wembanyama also wins Defensive Player of the Year, and Carter Bryant wins Most Improved Player. Only 11.5 points for him. Shea wins Clutch Player, as Tyronn Lue, now the coach of the Spurs, because Popovich retired, wins Coach of the Year at 70 and 12. Aaron Phillips, it's the Spurs. They have Cooper Flag. It's stupid. Wembanyama is hurt, though. Torn MCL going into the postseason, so we might have a shot. Luka, Jokic, Cade Cunningham, Morant. Do we have Curry anywhere on here? Curry does not make an All-NBA team. Do we have a defensive? No, we do not. Do we have a rookie team player? Hey, Darius Akuff makes the second team. Yeah, not great. We are going to be the 3 seed, though, as the West is actually pretty weak now. We are not good, but the 3 seed I will take. And if the Spurs don't have Victor Wembanyama, they might not be there. So this might be a shot for us to really go on a run. Taking a look at our season, Steph Curry led the way for us with 22 points per game. He, he's going to retire after the end of the year? Oh, no. 22 points per game for him after 32. A big drop off from him there. Now, I think there's a minutes per game part about that, but yeah, big drop off from him this past season. He did play 2 less minutes per game, but still a massive drop off for Curry. Kuminga, 16 points per game for him. Not bad, I think, taking the number 2 role on this team. DeRozan ends with 13 on the season. Kolek with 12. Clay with 11 in his return. Is he going to retire? Did he also say that he wants to retire? No, he did not. Okay, Clay still wants to stick around. Pods, 11 points per game. Moody, 11. Bagley, 10. Iguodaro, 9. Iguodoro's been pissed this whole time because Bagley took a spot and hasn't given it up. Bagley's been playing pretty well. And, better than Iguodaro, which I guess is all he's got to have to keep the spot. And then Akuff didn't play a whole lot of time, 6 points. Holiday played 75 games and only got 4 points per game. But hey, we got a defensive menace on the team in Drew Holiday. Let's see how the rest of the league was. for us. Devin Booker led the way, getting 32.8 points per game, leading the way and getting the scoring title. Only played 69 games, but does this for the Suns. And the rebound leader is Walker Kessler with 13.3 for the Utah Jazz, beating out Jokic. When it comes... Wemby played 71 games. Tyrese Halliburton gets 9.9 assists, leading the way there. Steals leader, Dyson Daniels, leads the way with 2.2 steals. Your blocks leader, Walker Kessler, with 2.6. Field goal percentage leader, your most efficient scorer is Zion, just over Mark Williams. 3-point percentage leader on the season is Dalton Connect, now with the New Orleans Pelicans at 46%. And your free throw, Klay Thompson. Yes, we have a leader. It's Klay Thompson. He shot 97.8%. Oh, we get to say that we won something. We're going to roll into this playoffs with the oldest team ever. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, DeRozan. We got the young guys in Kuminga, Bagley's not really young, but Kuminga, Kolek, Moody, and Iguodaro. And Drew Holiday's going to play over a cuff, as we are going to try to make the run here from the 3 seed against Minnesota to start. Game 1, actually, let's simulate the plan to see. Portland advances New Orleans on this side. So we have Minnesota in the first round. Let's just check who they have. They are rolling with Rob Dillingham, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Julie. Okay, same team with Dillingham over Uncle Mike. Let's go through game 1. We win game 1. Oh, no, we lose game 1. What am I talking about? I'm looking at Minnesota. We lose game 1, 117-84. A big loss there. Game 2, we do come back 113-101 in that one. In game 3, we win 107-104. Was that an overtime game? It was not, but we win. Edwards had 35, but Curry had 33. We are up 2-1. Game 4 against Minnesota. It is they scored 151. We're supposed to be a good defensive team. 41 from Edwards, 26 from Dillingham. Kolek led the way for us points wise. I think I'm going to have to shrink the rotation a little bit. Let's just shrink it down to 8. And just roll with it. We're going to go to 8. And that's going to move Moody into the lineup of DeRozan, who has been cold. Holiday is also cold. Let's see what we can do. 8-man rotation in game 5. We lose that one 122-90. We really don't deserve to be here. They beat us. Advance there. So that is it for us. We don't make it. San Antonio does squeak out against Portland, despite not having their guy, but we're the only real big upset. Looks like Charlotte beat Chicago on the other side. But let's go through the next round of the playoffs. San Antonio gets the sweep, and Dallas makes it. Is Cleveland and Detroit and San Antonio and Dallas in the conference finals? San Antonio wins, Cleveland wins. You're going to see this a lot, essentially. And as we finish the postseason, the Spurs win another one. Victor Wembanyama getting finals MVP. And so as we end the 2026 season going into 2027, we ended up getting a title with the San Francisco Giants and almost got there with Stanford, though the 49ers were unable to make the playoffs, and the Warriors were, but are just too old to really compete. We end up getting ourselves a really, really good season. Getting that victory over the with the Giants and Stanford making it to the national championship game gives us a lot of points that we've scored. This might be one of the best seasons that you're going to see until we see 2 teams win in the same year. Looking at the Giants, what we did in the offseason, we are going to be rolling with Freddie Peralta as the second pitcher. They have a really good pitching staff now with Garrett in the 3rd spot. Harrison's going to come up here after we moved off of Alcantara. And really the same bullpen. We're kind of running it back. Same team next year. I didn't make any changes, really. I brought in Matt Vierling. This is why we're a little bit further ahead, because he was waived, and Anthony Rendon, because I just needed roster spots for actual lineup guys. But we're going to be rolling in, trying to repeat with the Giants next year with a good pitching staff. I mean, we were kind of a surprise last year, and I think we're going to be in a good position for 2027. The big question will be, can the Warriors rebuild their roster after being just as old as they are? Klay Thompson, DeMar DeRozan, Stephen Curry. It's going to be a whole refresh at some point here soon. I'd rather have it all happen at once than have to wait for it, but if we can make one more year with Curry, I'll take it. It's just going to be a big question there. But that's going to be it for 2026. We'll see you in 2027, where maybe we'll be able to repeat with the Giants, but hopefully Stanford will be able to really hold their own and come back for a national championship and get the revenge for Elijah Brown.